Hey everybody, it's Friday, and it's 3 o'clock, so by now we should be half in the bag.
Brewskis.
You know? But instead, we are beginning a broadcast. A very special, a special edition.
A very special edition. You know, I wanted to do a podcast called that about all the drug shows from the 90s. It already exists. I'm going to have the same idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's do it anyway.
Tonight on a very special episode.
We kind of did that, right? We taught people the dangers of it. We just did a really long episode.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Hello, friends. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jay Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
I'm also looking over here at Clayton. Oddly, to my right. It's not usually how it is. What's he doing?
Clayton is lightly grinning on the road, which means we're okay. He's not furious yet. Okay.
No. You get all the different emotions, the rainbow of emotions when you deal with Clayton on a road show.
Oh, man. I love a tech guy.
Trepidation, complete defeat.
I just went and sat in the bathroom.
Mildly apologetic, and then a little defensive.
Yeah, oh yeah, wouldn't be complete.
Ready for the show to be over as soon as it begins.
Yeah.
The second he wakes up. Anyway, we're broadcasting live to tape today, and live on YouTube, from a place called the Constellation Club. High atop, this is literally high atop a building. What is this building? It is not Nakatomi.
Nakatomi Plaza is the flyer I was handed here by
the flyer does say Nakatomi Plaza.
Bit folks.
But we are high atop the 26th floor. We are in Las Colinas.
The city of opportunity, they call it.
Do they really?
I don't know. I don't know.
We could see Clayton's dingy, dank apartment across the way there.
Future Dateline subject apartment.
Anyway, we're here because this is the place that we had our Christmas party. We call it Christmas. Mm-hmm. We're bringing that back. And we liked it so much, we said, let's do a Christmas in July. Don't they have like a Christmas in July thing coming up?
Oh man, I'm sure they do, but that was big for the Tarrant County mom and grandma. Go shopping for Christmas in July.
In fact, they do have 2 days of festive fun.
Yeah.
A gala in the sky with a silent auction, master chefs, dinner and dancing, followed by a themed golf tournament and plenty of surprises along the way. Every jingle, swing, and toast helps support our mission to make a meaningful impact in our community. That is the Constellation Club and Hackberry Creek Country Club's Christmas in July Gala, which will be held Friday, July 18th, which is something you can get involved in. If you called the Constellation Club at 972-869-2266, they will give you full details and help you register. But we are not here just to promote that. We're here just to have a good time, be here on a Friday afternoon, kind of a happy hour type thing. They got deals. If you want to just stop in, we have been promoting it. But if you now say, you know what? Like if you live your life like me, I don't like to schedule things that are not our show. You know that.
I do know that.
But I do like to do things on a whim. So stop by. What do they got? $2 wings?
$2 tamales?
$2 tamales?
Can you believe it?
Off
the proliferation from where they began.
The regular tamale price of
no
over $2.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Or else that would be a bad promotion. And they have
How's
drinks.
your tamale consumption gone since your the husk cherry was popped?
Great.
Yeah, you're still.
No, Tamale Dave, hooked me up with a bunch of tamales. I eat tamales a minimum weekly. Which is a lot if you considered I never had a tamale in my whole life.
No. I think it's huge.
Trying to ease into it.
I would say it's very unique to, past the age of 50, introduce a new food to your diet that you just start eating every week. You tend to assume you know all the foods, especially the ones produced in countries directly to the south of you.
I thought all they had was tacos.
That's a joy. It's like somebody who hasn't seen The Wire,
Yeah.
Like, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah, it is great. No, the tamale. Who knew? No one really knew about the tamale until I.
And see, this is what I tell you. When I talk to you
everybody's-
guys about a little thumb in the behind action, you're like, ooh, never. Well, that's the same sort of deal.
Okay, I'll let you do it one of these days.
Thank you.
Jake has tiny computer still.
Yep.
If you've been hearing about his tiny computer saga, it's so cute, so little.
Oh, God.
It
I
looks
would
like one
recommend-
that
I
you would
told
give
Dan,
to your kid. Like,
I recommend
hey,
to everyone-
I'm prepping you to have a computer. Here, use this one.
Go without your normal devices for like 2 weeks and get a shittier version of it. It's great. You'll appreciate what you have a lot more.
That's why your wife should let you have a little strange now and again. Just to.
Yeah.
She can't be as good as you, honey.
She can go for it, too.
And
as I
Jake
can
did not.
watch.
Jake did not do me wrong, because the Constellation Club is it's a bit of a higher tone place than we're usually invited to. And
Yeah, no,
I told Jake I wanted to wear shorts.
Oh,
And
you didn't ask
remember-
me this time.
I knew that you wouldn't pay attention to me because you're a jerk. But at the Jordan wedding that we went to, everybody told me they would wear shorts with me, and then showed up in suits. But Jake did not today. He's in solidarity.
Yeah.
We are one.
I got a pretty great reaction to the thighs on the 10 or whatever we were on Fox. So
Yeah.
that pumped up the confidence a little bit.
Yeah, but Steve Novello's the host, so. Of course you did.
So, fair play to him.
Yeah.
The other day, I took a coaching certification quiz for youth soccer. I mean, I hope it applies to like all sports because none of the questions were about soccer. But what they were about is what is and isn't sexual abuse, and like almost exclusively that.
I hope you passed.
Well, I got some of the questions wrong because I feel like this is everything now. Like they're trying to get cute with these questions. Like I was telling TC, one of them was something to the effect of you're on a trip and you find out that two of your athletes, male and female, who are 17 years old, consumed alcohol and had sex. And the next morning agreed they rushed into it because they were both intoxicated. And it was like, what, did a rape occur? And I'm like, I mean, the old way we would have said definitely not, but I thought the new way was yes. There was alcohol. And it's like, no, prude. Wrong. Pussy. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I thought we had updated the whole thing. I don't know. You can't ask me this.
There's not enough details there to really determine.
And I
that.
hate questions like that. You think there's no details in that one. This next one, I pulled the image, but I guess I don't need it. It just said, does hazing help team bonding and cohesion, true or false? And I'm like, there's a lot of things about hazing that are bad, like, but you didn't ask me that. You asked me, is it good for bonding? And I think, yeah, it's obviously.
For, like, the majority of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Generally, like, if
Team.
anybody. So you said yes?
No, I wanted to get it right. They'd already slapped me on the wrist over the
Wait, so you
17-year-old
said no,
whore.
And was it no?
Yeah, no. They say any hazing is bad hazing. There's no good hazing.
So carrying somebody's pads after practice, that's hazing.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it, but I would. And then
Yeah.
I'd look over at you, my Dez.
I would do that if I'm a rookie. I would have carried pads.
I do wonder if we're getting to an era where you can't, like, shit on your buddies in sports at all. Male, female, otherwise.
What do you mean?
Like, that's what hazing is. Like, busting balls or, like, making fun of somebody. They were describing that as hazing in this training.
Like there is good hazing, I think.
The Rangers minor league system obviously comes to mind.
That's fun hazing.
What a treat.
Everyone's just jacking everyone off.
Yeah, they're smiling.
Spring training. I started the Karen Reed documentary last night. You know
I
about
don't
her?
even know what that means.
This woman in Boston who was arrested for the murder of her boyfriend who was a cop.
Okay, that rings a bell.
She was found not guilty yesterday or this week. Spoiler. It's a wild one. I want to put that on your docket for the weekend if we're pre-Ken checking.
Karen Reed, well, because I already started the submersible documentary, and that looks like a slog.
What happens? It explode. How many is it?
It's just one, but it's an hour 51.
Oh, that's how they should do it. The Bin Laden doc is dope. Very good. Recommend that. This is the freedom I have after quitting books.
It's been one day.
I
That's
know,
right.
and look at this. It's a game changer.
And remember
Like
when he would
Zookeeper.
look down upon us from his high atop perch? Of,
What is this gonna be?
I'm
What
not a
can-
guy who sits and watches TV all weekend.
Right.
I'm out there doing
In
things.
fact, I think he said, I got a master's degree, so I'm really good at reading.
Oh, that is what I said. I forgot. Play that drop.
Yeah.
That's actually not that far off from how douchey what I said was.
So the Karen Reed, I got to put that on my list.
Yeah, I think if you want a show you can watch with your wife.
Netflix?
Yeah.
HBO?
HBO.
Okay. Max?
Yeah.
Formerly HBO. Still called Max. But will be HBO. Shout out to Travis, who I met yesterday at Lowe's. Having a nice air-conditioned walk, making a phone call. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
No?
Is that wrong? Am I the new mall walker?
And a guy just saw you at Lowe's and noticed that you were Dan who walks at the
He's like, I also like walking around Lowe's a little bit. And I'm like, dude, I'm buying paper towels.
That's
We go 6 equals 12. All right?
Yeah.
I don't like to go crazy with the 6 equals 18. That's just too fat of a roll.
Don't you feel like buying like a nail or a screw so your balls don't just like fully recede in?
What do you mean?
We got a big hardware store.
Well,
and
they
you're like,
sell
Are
'em."
these triple picker upper?
they sell cleaning products. People get, we get dirty on the work site.
That's true. You do. You
You
and the
know?
boys.
Yeah.
All oiled up.
As you know, because you walk in my garage at least once a week. I already got 5 of those. But I'm really stocked. I can't wait for the next pandemic because the first one I had nothing, and now I'm ready. I got so many paper towels and toilet paper and water. I am ready. I'm just hoping that a virus breaks out.
But it's going to be different.
No, yeah. We have no shot at taking the next one seriously. If they try again, everyone's just going to be like, jack off motion.
Well, the toilet paper really didn't make a ton of sense. It's going to be something nonsensical like that again.
What do you mean?
It was ridiculous there was a run on toilet paper during COVID.
Why?
Why was that the thing to hoard?
Because of all the things every day you need to make sure you're able to do, not have your
That's
butt chock full of shit.
Pretty
It's like
low on my priority list.
Okay.
To hoard toilet paper.
I
don't know.
wouldn't
It's gonna
hoard
be.
it, but it's important. I
It's
think.
sure, but why was that the thing?
Just in case we're locked in our house for 6 months. And
That's
I am
the
ready to
thing.
do that now.
And all the ones.
I got
afraid of
tamales,
Yeah.
and the more tamales you have, I found you need more toilet paper.
and a clean ass.
Yeah. So on today's program, we'll have Jon Machota to talk Dallas Cowboys. Looks like somebody put today in Twitter on the run sheet. We will talk Schotty. Oh, I have a little sports. Oh, we have a sit-in, too, a sit-in on the road, Matt Stubbs. We've met him before.
For sure.
Good dude.
The great Matt Stubbs. Give it
The
up,
great Matt
everyone.
Stubbs. And
Hey,
he-
we'll give you one applause for your sit-in. He moved for us.
And he brought Philip Kingston. Now, I don't know if we get Philip Kingston on the mic, do we get charged money for that?
Yeah.
When Philip calls us,
No.
he tends to charge us for the talking.
I'll have to raise prices again.
That's why I don't respond to his text either. 'Cause
Yes.
I know that's an extra charge. But he may join us. I don't know if he's here at the behest of Matt Stubbs, who I know he is friendly with, or if it's at the behest of some local media news that he saw today. So I don't know.
This is like his version of ambulance chasing.
Yeah, like, hey.
He just shows up at podcasts and he's handing out business cards.
I just know that Brunig texted me earlier, so I've been getting lawyer texts all day.
Yeah.
The most lawyer text I've had since about a year ago. Was it a year or 2?
It was 2.
God damn. 2 years.
I think that, yeah, it's
So long ago that I kind of forget about it.
weird, man. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it longer at some point, but I appreciated that everybody was very fired up about that news today, but I feel weird everybody being mad on your side if you're like, whatever. I don't. Whatever. I honestly do. Sometimes I forget I worked there. I know that's sad, but when they eternal sunshine of the spotless mind you or whatever, you just kind of move on.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I hope appear on their show.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe we could start doing a once a week, terrestrial radio show sometime. Let's see here. Let's do this. Unless we have anything else to jerk around about.
Nah, I got some pre-kin later.
Some pre-kin check?
Yeah. What a beautiful day, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
It is beautiful. Look at that. Look at those clouds. Look at the sky, Frito. What a place.
Yeah.
Like, we were here before at night, and it looked very cool, all lit up and everything, but this is I don't know. People live like this.
I know, yeah. Like
stop here after work and have meetings.
They wear cool watches and stuff, and then they go somewhere after this, This is not us, but I appreciate them having us.
No, this is great.
Honestly, this is like where a cowboy would hang out. Because I was actually trying to book somebody a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, well, we're going to be at a place where, like, you belong, but we don't.
Do we have that person?
No.
Oh.
You'd know.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know we had Today and Twitter, and then here it is. This goes under the heading of It's Everywhere I Look. They all look like the girl that dumped me. But
this better not be.
The hell is it? Oh, I don't know if I loaded it up. Here it is. This is Scotty Scheffler. So, of course, I'm just sitting there watching the entire Scotty Scheffler press conference at the U.S. Open.
As you will.
Last weekend. Local guy. I'm rooting for my guy. Dominating golf recently. And what were they talking about here? Let's see.
Early in my career, I was able to come out to courses and I could spend as much time.
Oh, it's funny because what they were in the middle of talking about here is as he's older and now you're a father and you have a family. And is that really it's so funny how we can twist any narrative we want. Like anything that happens, and I suppose you know this, political science guy, you could take any side and then craft a narrative to where that makes sense.
Sure. Do it in our personal lives.
But it's if Dak has a kid, then we're like, this will improve his game.
If they win. Yeah, if they lose.
Because, and I remember when I had a kid, it affected my work very negatively because I couldn't prep as much. I couldn't pay attention as much. I had to deal with this kid. Like before the kid, after work, I might just go to the ballpark and just stay at the game and be there all night and have firsthand stories about being, I don't have that now. All I have is I was up late and walking this little alien thing that's crying, and I'm taking it in a car ride at 1 a.m. to make it shut up, and then I'm shaking the shit out of it like I'm going nuts. But they're crafting this for Scotty Scheffler, and to his credit, he kind of does talk about how the kid doesn't make things actually better for golfing.
Early in my career, I was...
Oh, and then he's going to go into the audio I want you to hear.
Was able to come out to courses and I could spend as much time as I wanted to out here, and that's just because I didn't really have any other obligations. I just come up and I could just practice and do whatever I wanted to do. But now things a little bit differently with having a wife and a son and some other obligations at tournaments as well. It's just the schedule is just a bit different.
Last question here on the right.
Hey, Scotty, I read a story from 2016 that said you rushed through your first round to watch the NBA Finals. Do you recall that? And will this year's finals affect your schedule this week?
This year's finals probably not going to affect my schedule as much. I think Golden State was playing Cleveland last time in the finals, and I really wanted to watch that because you had LeBron playing Steph, and ever since the Mavs traded Luka, I've just been a little bit, a little bummed watching the NBA. It hurts a little bit still, so we'll have to regroup and get ready for next season for the Mavs.
Damn.
We appreciate the time, Scotty.
Thanks.
He truly is one of us.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly the way I feel. Like, I'm watching it and
Will you watch Sunday night?
Yeah, Game 7.
Game 7.
That's the first Game 7 since 2016, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, very excited about that. Would love to see Carlisle do it. Is this true? This is what I ask for most things I see on Twitter nowadays. I saw it said that if he wins, he would be the oldest finals winning coach in NBA history, and that feels like impossible. Like, there's no way. Like, you tell me Red Auerbach was younger than Rick Carlisle when he?
Well, I wouldn't have thought of Red Auerbach. I would have thought of, was Pop not older the last time they won? It's been over 10 years, but I have no
Carlisle's, idea. Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess there's no way to find out.
No, don't look it up. No. The Pacers thing is great. The Pacers thing feels like, I don't know, it feels like when Keller tried to split their school board or something and the people were like, fuck you. And you're like, oh, we still have some of that. The fact that the Pacers can just win an NBA championship with the level of elite talent in the NBA and they're Indiana, they've been built through the draft. Like I heard Zach Lowe call him the most unlikely NBA champion ever.
Pretty good trade, too, to get Halliburton.
Well, yeah, but they trade Sabonis, who they drafted, who turned into an all-star. So, yeah, I mean, they're a throwback. We hadn't had anything like that in a long time, and it's cool. It's a reminder that it at least gives hope to mid-market teams. And Oklahoma City's a different deal because they're a lab-grown juggernaut.
I was thinking, is this great? Just because I don't
care if it's great. I just think it's cool to me. I think there are some people that are like bothered that it's not the Lakers and Knicks or Heat or what. It doesn't affect me at all.
It's got to be, cool for like basketball fans of many different organizations now could head into a season saying,
yeah, exactly.
This could be our year.
I think exactly.
Because the Pacers started 5-10 or something, or 5-15, something crazy last year. Like they had a really bad start too, and not that anybody was picking them to go this far at the before that.
No, I'm excited about it. That'll be cool.
But I don't like the NHL where or even Major League Baseball, that any team can kind of get hot and then all of a sudden they win it all, but they're nowhere near the best team in the league. If that became the norm.
That won't become the norm.
That is bothersome to me.
That won't become the norm because in basketball, the only way to be dominant is to have a truly effing guy. And everybody who wins is always going to have one of those. There's a reason the Raptors were a good team but didn't win until they had Kawhi.
Do you consider Halliburton to be a guy?
Yeah. Dude, he's done enough this year where it's like, okay, he's in the mix. Now, they're unique because he's not like a flashy guy. The other thing I saw was, is he the worst superstar on a championship team ever? I don't know who it would have been before. It might have been Dirk.
Well, what did the Pistons have, in 04 or whenever they won?
Rip Hamilton.
Phillips, Rasheed.
I consider Dirk to be.
And I would put Halliburton above both those guys. So he's close, though.
I would consider Dirk to be way better than Halliburton, no?
Dirk at his peak, but 11 wasn't his peak, though. 06, 05, 06, 07 Dirk.
But he was an established superstar who then turned it up.
Yeah.
I guess Tatum last year.
I mean,
I do worry about.
He's top 5.
Oklahoma, that is a good home court advantage.
Hell yeah.
A really good one. It's weird.
I think
it's so
Indiana
weird,
is too.
It's
yeah, now that it's going back there. Yeah,
but
very.
I think everybody needs to go to a game there and just be like, whoa, this is the United States. Doesn't it seem like the North Korea game?
Yeah, it's weird.
We watched that documentary about Dennis Rodman going to play basketball in North Korea, or watch basketball.
Watch.
Yeah.
I think watch. Yeah.
But it was very, the whole arena is silent. Every single person is in their seat. And that's what it's like at the beginning of an Oklahoma City game when they have a prayer.
They do?
They have everybody sits in silence for a prayer. Can you imagine trying to do that in Dallas?
We should try it right now.
Here?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
all right.
I don't want to mess with that. Let's go to Cowboys.
You couldn't even do it at your Thanksgiving table when you were in high school.
No.
That As I recall, that was a source of some.
Yeah, that was more. She asked us to go around and ask what we were thankful for, and my answer was the Cowboys' smooth transition to the 3-4 under Parcells, and she did not like
I mean,
that.
how is Greg Ellis going to do?
Exactly, and
So-
it worked out great.
Yeah.
On one hand, she raises you to always tell the truth and all that kind of stuff, and then on the other hand, she's yelling at you for that at Thanksgiving.
Women.
It's hard to figure her out. Yeah, them out. Yeah.
Red Auerbach was like his late 40s when he was winning.
See, that's
That
what
was
I was
his
gonna,
last-
That's what I was going to say. You're thrown off by the fact that
I look at him and he look-
39-year-olds used to look like they were in hospice.
His last title was 40s.
Yeah, last title
Dude,
was
he's like-
66.
he looked like the
He was born in
Penguin.
1917. So yeah, 50s. Or late 40s, really, when he made his run. Pop was 65. Carlisle will be 66 in October.
Red Auerbach.
I mean, look at pictures of him.
Oh, I know.
Like
I know.
lighting
I'm
that
looking at
cigar.
him.
He looks
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, he
he-
looks like an Acme villain.
He looks like Joe Biden. Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez. Guy's
Oh,
just sitting there waiting
sorry.
to die. And
I didn't know Biden was untouchable.
That was really mean. That was more mean to Red Auerbach.
yeah. Do you want me to go first?
I don't know. What do you got?
I'm going to wrap up Cowboys OTAs here with a couple things. This is my final Dak thing of the offseason. He used the bingo. This is just him heading into the offseason. You think this will work, Blake?
I don't know.
All right.
You know what we got to make sure to do?
What?
Not test it before the show.
No, we tested it. It's just a matter of has it stayed working.
As you get older in this sport, how much do you think about the legacy I'm leaving with this franchise? Because obviously this franchise is judged on championships.
You get the question?
What is your legacy with this
How
franchise?
much do you think about legacy and this franchise? And,
Because
you
the
know, because you're the
franchise-
Cowboys quarterback, and you know all the Cowboys quarterback does is win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to win a championship. The legacy, the things, whatever comes after I finish playing will take care of itself. I want to win a championship. Be damned if it's just for my legacy or it's for this team, for my personal being, for my sanity. Yeah, the legacy will take care of itself. I have to stay where my feet are.
Be where my feet are. That's right. The theme of the 2025 Cowboys, my TED Talk ass football team. I just
like-
imagine him up there with a dumb little headset on as he's saying that.
I like how he's
Present, mindful.
but he's such an, as you've pointed out, he's like a really boring dude. He's the nerdiest quarterback in the NFL. But he wants to show passion, so he swears the most he can
Right.
and says, I'll be damned
I'll be damned.
if I'm going to.
I don't know what you have the Cowboys over under at right now, but if I woke up tomorrow to news that Dak had like been arrested at a strip club, I would bump it up half.
Well, yeah. It's only up from here.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
All
with
we know-
some teams you may be like, I'm worried about him. If I would love it if he had a kid who showed up tomorrow claiming paternity.
Because Dak tore down his house because his current
You
wife
guys
was
don't
mad
know
that he had
that.
We have it on pretty good authority.
You don't know that.
Look at him.
He tore down his house allegedly because his new wife knew that he had other ladies in the other house.
No
so
doubt.
She made him tear it down and build a whole new one for her.
And had Dude Perfect there when they tore it down, and then wondered why he didn't have any privacy when he tore it down.
Yeah, then got mad when reporters asked him about what was it like when you had Dude Perfect. Hey, that's a private matter for me and my 8 million views on YouTube.
You guys are big jerks. I feel like I've heard Kevontae Turpin talk before in the sounds of the sideline, but for a guy who's a Pro Bowler and big deal, I don't know that I'd ever really heard him talk extensively in interviews. And so I play this for you because we find someone who doesn't call him Schotty.
He's got perfect attendance this year. I know I didn't have perfect attendance in any class that I've had. So
I left that in there for Dan. The reporter to butter up is like, boy, you guys had perfect attendance here. I never had perfect attendance in any of my classes. And he's like, yeah, it's my job. So,
Yeah, like-
he's got perfect attendance this year. I know I didn't have perfect attendance in any class that I've had. So what does that say about Schotty's culture that he's building, that you guys, everyone showed up?
I just say everybody buying in. Everybody buying in, everybody living what Schottenheimer doing,
He's got an awesome voice.
Whoa.
I don't know if he's from Louisiana, but it's straight up.
I've never heard him talk.
It's awesome.
I just say everybody buying in. You know, everybody buying in. Everybody loving what Schotty doing. You know,
It's so melodic.
It's very metal batsy. See, like he's going, bro.
I just say everybody buying in.
He talks like he plays.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah.
I just say everybody buying in. You know, everybody buying in. Everybody loving what Schotty doing. You know,
You're right.
And then I just feel like, man, you know, we're gonna roll with it. You know, everybody gonna take the punches and deal with it. You know, and I feel like, you know, we doing good. You know, what Schotty doing. You know, it's great. You know, everybody excited. You know, everybody want to be here.
He did say Schotty the second time.
Slipped a little Schotty
but I
in there.
haven't heard anyone say Schottenheimer, and he did.
Dude, Jameson's got to get a song. Everybody buying in.
Everybody buying in.
Everybody buying in.
So is every audio clip going to have ping pong in the background?
100%. They all do. They all have it. Yes, in the background. They all get asked about it. Here's Marist Leofau on ping pong. I don't know.
It's making me a better ping pong player for sure.
That's his report from camp, from OTAs thus far. Let's see here. This is Wanye Thomas, okay? Playmaker in the secondary there. He's a younger cat. So you remember we played Michael Irvin talking about how he went to the facility and Schotty had Legends Day, where they welcomed him and some other guys in, and they were not only there to watch practice, but they had him in the film room.
Urban almost cried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the being in the room with those guys. In the room with those guys. Like,
Schotty gets it.
you know, Darren Woodson was there.
He gets it.
I don't know who else was there. And I still don't know who else was there because Wanye Thomas, who was very impacted by the legend he met, can't recall who it was.
It was great, especially them coming into meetings. I really wasn't expecting them to actually really watch the film with us and tell us what we needed to work on. So that was pretty cool for them to, you know what I'm saying, butt in and tell us things that we need to work on.
The follow-up, who had advice for you?
Honestly, I would have to say, what's the old head coach we had? I forgot his name, but it was the older head.
You know, the Cowboys, a team who's had dozens of head coaches.
I forgot his name, but it was the older head coach. I think it was the coach in the 80s, I think so. So I forgot his name, though.
I know last year was hard.
It was 100% Campo.
I was going to say, I'm trying to go through my head. What
It's
coaches
100%
would
Campo.
come back?
Campo's a DB coach. Campo,
Certainly.
frankly, has time.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him here today.
Right. I was thinking Garrett is number 2 on the list of who would have been there, but he would not have been memorable.
No.
He really said
And he
something.
might have
there.
recognized him.
But Campo is like, hey, man. Yeah.
I don't know. He was some guy from the 80s.
Yeah.
You're the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And then here.
Well, we got a new Campo here now, dude.
We have this is.
That'll be Schotty in 10 years, right? 20 years.
Definitely.
Some rookie will be talking about that old head coach they brought in.
Some guy made us play ping pong.
The guy who was here for 3 years.
I don't know how to say
5 and 11 seasons, and then we hired 80-year-old Bill Belichick to come out of retirement.
Stop it.
Terrific.
Did you see him all sweaty at the airport?
Belichick?
Yeah.
No.
Him and the girl were running to catch a flight. He's got back sweat real bad. I don't know. This is gross.
They're not on PJs?
I don't remember the second round pick, so I don't know how to say his name. Ezerike, but I don't know how to say his last name. But they're talking to him, and he was one of the guys who was at the Stars game that I was at with Travis from Community. And this was making the rounds because Bang Guy was sitting behind these 2 massive NFL linemen, and he was bitching about it. Bang Guy from Stars Twitter, because he was behind them, and they're huge, and one guy was sitting on the chair when everyone else was sitting down. And that got us great Ghost Tour laugh.
My guy Tommy, King Basote, that's my dog. So we've been hanging out. We actually went to an NHL game together. That was a fun experience. He was a little too big for the seat. That's why he was standing up a little bit. The people were upset about it, but he was a little too big for the seat. Sweet. Yeah, we'll see about next time for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that is your 2025 Cowboys OTAs. Ezerike with the theme.
Yeah, it's been good. We actually went to dinner last night.
Sick.
That is on the bingo card.
We went to dinner last night.
Are we doing more bingo cards? Because I got some Schotty.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because
I'm trying to be where my feet are.
I believe Schotty's going to have some bingo here for you.
I love what Flus has brought from a mentality and a mind.
Were they doing
God.
Flus in Chicago? They always have done Flus. You just got it. This is the world now.
Yes? Okay.
I love what Flus has brought from a mentality and a mindset. You know, it's hard to see that right now because we're limited, but the intentionality and the aggressive nature and the way they run to the ball is...
Boom! Told you.
Most teams don't run to the ball.
No, and if they do, they're like, oh, I don't know my intention.
What am I doing? What do I do when I get here?
I should have thought about this
I don't have
beforehand.
any plan once I get here. It's the cat waiting for the door to open. George Pickens scouting report.
GP.
And we'll get a nickname here.
I love shooting baskets against them. I love just...
See, this is so... Hey, what's your new wide receiver like? What's this going to bring to the offense?
Good free throw shooter.
God, we're so fucked.
I love shooting baskets against them. I love just
Awesome,
watching
man.
his... You know, I talked to him a lot about, you know, ball and his experiences at Pittsburgh and what he likes and what he doesn't like. And, you know, he's been amazing. He was the last guy to leave the practice field today. I think that speaks volumes of the fact that he's excited about what we're building. And, you know, I'm a big GP fan.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, man.
I always love that. There's, again, we can frame these things any way we want to frame them, but the guy that actually just hates his family also might be the last guy to leave the practice field. There's not because he loves being there
Man,
necessarily.
Blake stays at Dan's house so late.
He really does.
What's that about?
So, he has asked Schotty, Brian Schottenheimer. It's hard for me to pull the name Brian out. I start to say Marty every time, and I'm like, who is it? Like, he's
I just
not
think
known.
Schotty. I don't think of him as he's like Madonna to me at this point.
So he's asked about what he will do in the break before camp.
So I'll be busy, you know, making phone calls and checking in. I might have a Schotty in hand and sitting on the beach somewhere.
I'm going to blow my head off. We can't keep doing this.
It's your
we
guy.
can't keep doing this.
This is your guy, Jay.
He loves drinking, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what my name is?
Yeah, Schottenheimer.
So,
Really
you
have
know-
a little Schotty in my hand. You know, just checking in on the bros, having a little Schotty.
Yeah. Here, again, remember, this is mandatory minicamp. Mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be there.
From the first meeting that we had in the locker room, you know, I think there was a excitement. Is it about me? I don't know. I think it's about the energy that they feel.
By the way, that's a bingo, yes.
Yep. Question asked
he
and
likes
answered.
to ask a question. And then
Feel around the building. It's real. It's tangible. You know, we got a great group of guys, man, and they work. I mean, to have perfect attendance in mandatory minicamp and whatever it was, 90-something% attendance in the off-season program, and that's something that we should be proud of.
I'd like to
why
mention,
don't we
too,
just cut the shit and say Frisco PD didn't arrest anyone?
what if we take a look at this
It's
crew
the
right
only
here?
thing that matters.
We had this remote on the books.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, we've known, and we're all going to, you know, we're getting paid because we all work for this place. But everybody's here.
That's
everybody
incredible.
on the whole show is here.
Shocked.
Clayton showed up. Blake, I couldn't believe it when I
Yep.
saw Blake. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
way to be here, bro.
Well, mandatory.
So, on the bingo card would be this.
Legacy to me, you know, I think it starts with people. You know, I to this day, I go out on the field for a game, and I will have 2 or 3 different individuals come up to me and say, "Excuse me, coach, you have a second?" And I know exactly where they're going. And I, of course, drop what I'm doing because I want to hear it.
My dad.
It's going to be my dad. But the funny thing is, too, like, okay, so I'm out on the field. I'm prepping for a game.
Right. This is my job.
But if some guy I don't know just says, "Hey, coach, you got a second,"
Oh my
I
God.
drop what I'm doing. I stop prepping for the game. I am not worried about the game anymore because now this is going to be the most important thing
Yeah,
to me.
we're walking into court and Phillips just like, "Hey, what's up, bro? I remember you from something 98, Sig Ep out." Like, no, it's not the time.
And I know exactly where they're going.
Oh,
and
my
I, of
dad.
course, drop what I'm doing because I want to hear it. And they say, Your father changed
He
my
almost
life.
did it.
Your father changed my life.
Let's see. Oh, this is another bingo. So bingo is he brings up his father every time, even unsolicited. Another bingo is he will tell somebody they have a great question. So we're here to review whether or not it is a great question.
Hey, Schotty. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. As a first-year NFL head coach, I mean, you saw as the OC last year just how Tyler Guyton struggled to stay healthy because of just what's required of guys coming out of college, going through the combine process, and then going right into an NFL training camp. What's your message to your rookies and your first year as head coach to tell them, hey, you can balance physical rest with staying in shape and staying ready for training?
Yeah, great question.
Holy shit, man. Skip ad. There's nothing worse. I mean, I like that guy's writing, but there's nothing worse than asking the question. I've done it. Asking the question, trying to be like, please think I'm smart.
Yeah.
Please think I'm smart.
Great question. He's talking about the break again. They brought up the break now because they're on break until training camp, basically. That's the next time these guys are all going to be together. But let's go back to the well for another bingo.
There'll be some nights, I'm sure, when I'm laying in bed on vacation and thinking back to, how this offseason has gone. Has it been perfect? No. Has it been really good? Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. It's such an infuriating way to speak. It feels like a Seinfeld episode.
Did we lose? Yes. Did we play hard? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we did.
You will hear, you will hear that. Also, I want to mark this clip. We have to save this clip because he might be right, and we'll say, look at that, he was right.
Okay.
Or we're going to think this is a very funny clip at the end of the season. But he's talking about, I think, his assistant coaches and the staff and whatnot.
We're going to win. And when we win, our coaching staff is going to get raided, and people are going to come after our coaches.
Buddy, you are way over your skis.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
I think it's weird enough.
Oh, buddy. No.
The amount that Dak talks Super Bowl, I think, is odd enough.
Okay.
For a guy that has not won a playoff game that gets you into the NFC Championship game. So that's odd enough when you just keep talking about something 5 steps ahead of what you've ever actually done. But now he's actually going to – that's how we're going to be so good. Like, I'm now making plans for when they take – like, they do the Wanestedt and Norv Turner thing because we're so good. They're just picking off guys. Like the Schotty coaching tree, bro.
What?
Do you know? Okay, I want to be clear. I think that they're going to be a solid team, and I think he can be fine. But it doesn't seem to occur to him that, like, he was on other staffs for 20 years and nobody even thought to hire him.
And
so
they
why
won.
After they won a Super Bowl? Like, it never happened for him. So
was he a Super Bowl winning OC? I don't.
No, Darrell Bevell was the OC. Then Darrell.
So they rated him.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then all of a
and
sudden
then they got him,
guy,
and everyone was like, "No, we're good on him. He can stay there." And then, like right now, do you know their offensive coordinator's name?
Gosh, I've been memorizing it. I think I know more Major League Baseball manager names than I do offensive coaches for the Cowboys.
His name's Clayton Adams.
That's right, Clayton.
He was the line coach in Arizona last year. And, I look forward to him being rated as the next, Kyle Shanahan. That's rich.
Back to the bingo card as we talk Javonte Williams.
Yeah. I'll start with Javonte. Can't say enough great things about him. The way he practices, the way he approaches practice, though, you guys know.
How do you think he approaches practice? Any guess?
Intentionally.
You guys know I love the word, the intentionality. I think that's for a younger player.
Okay, hold on. So we know that Saad asked him the question the other day, right? After we did, we're fucking black or whatever. We're affecting this now. This is now our lane.
Yeah.
Because he knows, I know you guys love that. It was just Saad. And Saad only brought it up because we've been honing in on it. This
Saad,
is great.
by the way, I love his podcast.
Because it is an interesting topic to ask him about.
Yeah.
Next, it's got to be asking himself questions. How does Saad do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a vow, but I heard him on the One Star Cowboy podcast say that he will not call him Schotty.
He will not?
No.
He's a professional journalist.
He refers to him as Brian or Coach.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Is this, we've played this with Schotty before, is this a funny story?
No. No, it's
make
not.
us do this.
Skip.
Wait a second here. I got to skip to the next thing. Sorry.
It was funny. I was talking. I was calling a play yesterday to Dak.
It doesn't sound funny at all.
Is this? Do you feel like this could be a funny story?
No.
It's between Brian Schottenheimer and Dak Prescott.
It was funny. I was talking. I was calling a play yesterday to Dak, and I was telling him to remind.
Which was new to
I can't remember if it was Javonte or Miles. I think it was Javonte maybe. And I said, "Hey, remind Javonte." And he kind of looked at me. He said, "He's a valedictorian." And Javonte looked back and smiled. It was Javonte. But like, there's something to these veteran players, you know. That
That's
does
the
help.
story.
And so.
That's terrible. That's worse than Garrett.
Remind him of something, and then Dak said he's a valedictorian?
Oh, no.
Well, let's talk about the most important thing in camp, or in mini camp, whatever we call this. The most important thing really surrounding the Cowboys right now.
I want to play Micah. I beat Dak all the time when I play him, so Micah's next. I'll put that out there for Micah, see if he wants to accept the challenge over the break. But, I thought Jay had him.
What we are talking about there, of course, is the ping pong table.
Awesome. Very cool. Cannot wait for the Monday Night Football graphic.
Yeah.
The cartoon graphic on Monday Night
Oh,
Football
my God.
when they're down 35.
It'd be like robots playing or whatever.
This Dak swings and misses. The ball goes off to the side. Woo! It's going to happen. You're setting yourself up.
Do they have them all as like
paintball? Dak in the cowboy paintball mask gets shot in the head.
They're shooting free throws. None of them are good.
Woo! It's going to be great.
Did we get a little ghost tour laugh in there?
I want to play Micah. I beat Dak all the time when I play him, so Micah's next.
Can't help themselves.
Oh, you beat Dak. That's funny. Okay, I don't think this.
You think Tom Brady was good at ping pong?
I don't know.
Peyton Manning?
They were good at football.
Oh, finally, this is my last cut. Is this what you're about to hear better than the NBA Cup? Isn't that the thing, the middle of the season tournament? Like the Lakers' first ever NBA Cup winner?
And I'm going to change the subject real quick. Make sure you guys keep this note. The 2025 off-season program sharpshooting champion is none other than Sam Williams. You guys have no idea what that means, but he is the 2025 off-season program sharpshooting champion, and he beat Tyler Guyton.
So awesome, man. Yeah, that's fantastic.
So
the media couldn't even feign interest there.
Like nobody can figure out what that is.
Oh.
We're not trying. We're not.
No.
It's fine.
God. That's rough. What you want to do next?
Well, we have Jon Machota coming up. Should we hit the break right now and
Yeah, why don't we do a quick
prep
and
for
if we
Jon
want to do two,
Machota?
we can. We'll take a quick break, re-up the drinks.
Here at the Constellation Club, we are in Las Colinas. If, in fact, you are YouTubing with us today, you can stop by today for $2 wings, $2 tamales, and we're only guessing that the price of those items is generally higher than that.
$202.
Yeah, but
$350.
you're going to get an awesome savings here today.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
So out here at the Constellation Club, ran into the guy from Game Day Men's Health. You know how generally we have a Game Day Men's Health studio to broadcast from?
I do.
Did you see him?
I did.
Oh, okay.
We're Daved up. We're double Daved.
Yeah, so I just wanted to remind everybody that anywhere you are in DFW, just go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com And then you click locations. Looks like we're very close to the Irving location. So we could hop right over there, get a nice B12 shot.
You could have it all.
Get ready for the weekend, maybe a little IV drip. But yeah, so check out Game Day Men's Health. Don't forget, when you mention the Dumb Zone, 10% off your TRT therapy for life.
Incredible, Dan.
Could it get better than this?
They bring you Jon Machota? How do we feel about popping him up?
Yes, they bring us Jon Machota from The Athletic.
Why do you sound like everything is not going to work?
No.
Why do you do that?
From the one-star Cowboys podcast. Hello, Jon Machota.
Hello, gentlemen.
What are you doing in this? This is a nice month for you, right? This is like your 1 month, perhaps, to do nothing.
It is. I just got back to Texas. I've been in Michigan visiting some family and friends. So I'll probably go back there next month, and then I'll go to California. So maybe that's not exciting to a lot of people, but I have a lot of family and friends up that way. So it's pretty good to get away.
You know, we talked to Brandon Aubrey a lot, and he's told us about, you're probably aware of this, like the specialists would have camps in the summer where they'd get their families together, they'd train together. You're aware of that sort of thing, like kicker, punter, meetups?
Not really, no.
Okay, yeah, I'd heard of it before, but they go to Hawaii or something and train, and I was just hoping that there was like a place where all the NFL reporters met, and you all had like masks and robes on, and Rick Gosselin is just in charge of the ceremonies. And just everyone in the NFL sees each other all off season. You probably get as far away as possible.
So the longer I've been in the business, the more I like to get away. But there are definitely people in this business that this is every waking moment, and they love the camaraderie. And when there's at the owners' meetings, they love just, bumping shoulders with all these other reports. I used to think that was really cool. I don't care about that anymore. So, no, this is more of a getaway time because it is really the only probably month that we get to get away, which is always funny to me because every place I've ever worked, December comes around and they'll be like, you didn't use all your vacation days. Like, well, what do you think I'm going to do? You think I'm about to take these right now? Hey, sorry about week 14, 15, 16. I'm not gonna be able to catch those games. I got these vacation days to use. So this is just, I try and use as much as I can right now.
Well, you've been around the team and you've been around their new head coach. How do you feel about things, just as an analyst, I suppose?
Yeah, I'm pretty cynical, so I usually am pretty, especially with this team, kind of glass half empty. But I will say I don't know how anybody could have done a better job than he's done. Of course, none of that'll matter if you're not winning in the fall. All this stuff's great, and then you go on a 3-4 game losing streak, and then no one's really going to care anymore. And so I will say, though, in terms of how he's handled the team, how he's handled this Micah Parsons contract situation, I don't think he could have done any better job than he has. He's had great attendance. It looks like they've gotten a lot of quality work done. And I'm just surprised he hasn't changed really at all. He's kept the same personality that he had when he was a coordinator, which is he's a very friendly guy. If you guys get a chance to talk to him, I think you guys will really enjoy it a lot. He's a good dude, but none of that'll matter if they don't win. But up till now, it's certainly not many distractions, which I'm the type of person that I thought they should have went after Bill Belichick. And I just think quite often how many more distractions it would have been if that would have been the move. So I think they did a good job not going down that path.
Damn. That's right. Because obviously I'm big on Belichick too, but yeah.
Imagine how great her and Charlotte would have gotten into it.
Oh, my gosh.
The Jordan Hudson v.
No, that's a very odd. But yeah, we
selfishly, I just don't want to cover that. We have reporters that are covering that. Obviously, our college reporters. I don't want to cover that whole situation with her and him. But I'd have to do it. Just like I don't want to cover the courts. And when Ezekiel Elliott's on the team, you have to do that. So
you become a court reporter.
Yeah, which I hate. And so I'm not joking. When I left the Dallas Morning News to go to the Athletic, the thing that made me the most nervous was right around the time Zeke had been doing that stuff. And I was nervous about going someplace where there wasn't going to be court reporters that I could bounce stuff off of. I kind of would be on my own. And so I had talked to some people about that, and they kind of reassured me. And so that was a good thing. But yeah, that's one of those type of things that you just never know that you might have to deal with. So,
see, when we say Belichick too, or at least Belichick was the most Belichick-like head coach that was available, so that's why I wanted him. But I feel like that's what is needed with the Dallas Cowboys, somebody who can at least create the illusion that I'm really in charge here and I'm helping you block out, because there's so many distractions that just come with being on this team. They invite it. Jerry wants it. But I think you really need a head coach that can help you eliminate those distractions. And I think Schottenheimer, to me, just feels very Dave Campo-ish. That he's brought in because Jerry can continue to operate with the crazy circus that he wants to around here, and there is going to be no pushback at all from the head coach.
Yeah, like imagine that scenario where Schotty's pushing back. Like, you can't.
Right.
It was hard to imagine with Mike.
And then they moved on to Bill Parcells, who, and, you know, Jerry didn't like that. He didn't like pushback to his ideas, and I think perhaps, you know, McCarthy was feeling himself a little bit and might have been, you know, he played the game like you have to, but also I feel like he I don't know, he kind of worked himself out of here by actually wanting market value for his resume as a head coach and for, you know, wanting to be a head coach. That's my opinion, John. What say you to that?
yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I would say that Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells are the ones that he clashed with the most, and he didn't like that. And so that's why for the rest of Jerry Jones' life, I don't think we'll ever see him hire another coach like that. And so Brian Schottenheimer will be great in the sense of the stuff that Jerry says after games or on the radio during the week. He'll handle that great, you know, where I know Mike McCarthy didn't love that we all went to Jerry after games instead of going to his press conference. I don't know that he said it very many times publicly, but I know he didn't really love that. Where I don't think that Brian Schottenheimer will be bothered by that. I mean, I'll just give you an example. I mean, after one of these practices, these minicamp practices, me and another reporter waited out Jerry while the other reporters went inside, and we were waiting him out because he was talking to Schottenheimer outside on the field. And Schottenheimer knew exactly what we were doing, and he was just joking with it. He's like, you guys better hurry up. He's getting away. Like, that's not something like McCarthy probably would have said. I know there's some other coaches that would have been bothered by that, but we're waiting out Jerry because we want to hear what his latest is going to be on what's going on with Micah Parsons. You know, that's our job. Brian seems to really get that. So, but to your point, though, maybe that's not a good thing in terms of winning on Sunday and winning, more importantly, in January. So I don't think that we'll know until we actually see him coach, because I do think there's going to be a lot more on his plate during the season when he's calling plays and having to deal with who knows what kind of headaches come out during the season. On top of that, he's going to have a lot to deal with. Now, he does seem like he's pretty good at managing his time and balancing all that stuff, but I don't know how long somebody can do that. It just seems like it could get kind of exhausting. So maybe he'll just have to kind of learn on the job.
And there's a lot of new faces on the staff. Is there anybody that that we can meet at camp that you'd say was interesting? Like, any of these guys pop to you? Are any of them, like, surprisingly British, and you just hear them talk, like with Aiden Dirty, and it was like, okay. Anybody? Is there a Bones starter kit? Anything?
So we only got to talk to him once, all the assistants, and that was after they were all hired. And I would say, I mean, I don't know that his answers will be the greatest, but Ken Dorsey, being a guy that he was an OC, he obviously is a really good college football player. He's probably got the most interesting story, I guess. But Clayton Adams, the new OC, it seems like he's pretty decent. But it's like a lot of young guys that I just got the sense when we talked to him, it was a lot of really, I don't want to say the wrong thing, you know, like they want to make sure that they don't say anything that's going to mess anything up. Whereas, like, when you come away after you cover guys like Mike Zimmer's not really going to care. He's going to kind of say whatever he wants, you know. They don't really have a guy like that. The defensive line coach, Aaron Whitecotton, who came from the Jets, that's a guy that a lot of people are feel like he could make a big impact on that defense. He might be an interesting guy, but it's just such a young staff, and there's a lot of guys from the college ranks. That's why out of all the stuff that Schottenheimer said last week during minicamp, the thing that stood out to me most is when he was talking about how he's like, our staff's going to get rated because we're going to win games and other teams are going to rate our staff. And when he said that, I was just kind of like, when's the last time the Cowboys staff was rated, And so he's probably not thinking about this in the moment, but all I'm thinking is like, this is totally something that we're going to come back to in a year or two if this is a disaster.
We were thinking that very same thing just 10 minutes ago.
Ken Dorsey, 7th floor crew?
I'm not sure if he crossed over into that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Hey,
gotta ask.
Speaking of the staff, why
he wasn't on the song.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay.
I think that might have been a little bit after him. Well, it actually might have been before him. But
why did they let Bones go? Very highly respected special teams coach.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. They didn't keep many coaches. Lunda Wells, the tight ends coach, is obviously still there. But I don't know if it's just a cleaning of a house type thing where Schottenheimer wanted all of his own new coordinators.
Demanded
but
it.
I'm not sure.
Pound the table.
And
put his foot down, said, Jerry, I will not take this job unless.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe see, that's the thing. Like, from our standpoint, we love John Fossil because he'll do wild stuff on Sunday, and he's just a really fun interview and things like that. And I could see how that's not for every coach, Probably don't need to give him as much control as he might have had with doing some fake punts in some certain situations and things like that. So maybe that's a little too much, but it's funny you bring that up because I do think he'd be a great fit. He's very high energy, which fits exactly the way these practices have been under Schottenheimer. So I don't know this to be the case, but I just have to throw this out there. It also could be that Bones was going to leave because McCarthy wasn't coming back. A lot of these guys that have been around for a while, they will stay loyal to whoever their guy is that brought him in, and so maybe that was a factor. But I have not talked to him, and I don't know anybody else has talked to him since he's left.
Is it too early to do this? Do you guys want to say what week will Clayton Adams start to call plays? And we say, you know what, I think Schotty should come.
But he's never done it either. He says you can't.
More of a
you
CEO,
can't go to
head coach, and
no,
because that's the progression in these things, right? As you mentioned, John, that things are going to happen.
King Dorsey called plays. Maybe it'll be him.
That's what it would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
But there's going to be an injury. There's going to be something that happens. There's going to be something wild. There'll be an arrest. There will be.
Yeah, it's Schotty's first time meeting a head coach. Maybe
Whatever.
he should just focus on that. And
all of a sudden,
plays.
whoa, a 3-game losing streak. We didn't expect this. What can we? Let's shake things up a little bit. Like, you don't fire him right away.
No.
Well, I don't think you can fire him at all. And the reason why I'm saying that is because under McCarthy, at least the defensive coordinators had, with
Skins.
Zimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that obviously Matt Eberflus has previous head coaching experience, but I don't think that if things are going poorly that they're going to hand the reins over to Matt Eberflus after how things went just a year ago in Chicago. So I think things could get very ugly this season, and it wouldn't even be serious to talk about any head coaching change. Like, I think Schottenheimer will get this entire season to be as good or as bad, and probably will even get another one after this, because we're now getting back into the Jason Garrett territory of Jerry Jones wants this to work so bad because so many people questioned it when he made the move. So I think things could go real bad before Jerry would admit that, oh, you know what, maybe this was a bad move. Maybe we'll go another direction. But then again, Jim Irsay just passed, and he did the whole Jeff Saturday out of the booth to the sidelines. I mean, I guess with Jerry, you can't 100% rule out Jason Witten, but I just don't see that happening mid-season either.
So let's see. Colorado's last game is November 29th. The Cowboys will have just hold on. The Cowboys will have just lost to the Chiefs on Thanksgiving in a big way. They fire Schottenheimer, give Dion the rest of the year as kind of a here, get your feet wet, and then we're full bore with Dion next year. There
you
we
heard
go.
John say he doesn't want to cover this circus.
Well, buckle up, John.
No, I mean, I will. I don't want to, but that's fine with me. I also don't want to cover losing seasons, and I don't want to cover seasons where there's January disappointments over and over again. But here we are 15 years later, and it's not anything's changed there. So, I mean, I'm fine with it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a better chance he would go to Cleveland just because I think he would want to coach Shador. I think that's a big thing for Deion. But obviously, like people have talked about before, how could he turn down the Cowboys? I just don't get the sense that Jerry really wanted to do Deion, just like I don't think he really wanted to do Bill Belichick. And when you see who he ended up with, I think it's pretty safe to say he really didn't want a big name, big personality.
All right, John, well, we appreciate you making time on a Friday. Enjoy the vacay.
I will, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Adios. There goes the Athletics' Jon Machota.
Yay!
Yay.
What you wanna get into?
I don't know. I thought you had some today in Twitter. You want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in Twitter.
So I have a couple for you here. One quick one. I think the wife must have seen this on the gram. I don't know. But your wife almost certainly saw it because it was featured on the Today Show. But it was an interview with a mom who had reintroduced the concept of the landline for her daughter. And several of their people in their friend group had as well. Now, it's not a real landline because it's internet-based.
That sounds like a perfect Today Show story.
But here's the thing, though. I actually think calling and, talking to the pizza place or calling and asking what if Walmart has this part or whatever for your family is a big part of learning how to be just a person. I also think just talking on the phone is a communication skill that it's practice for life.
Talking verbally, I mean, teens text. That's
but
all
that's
they
what
do.
I'm saying is that I feel like texting doesn't apply as much to real-world conversations.
Correct.
But teens, you don't either. You don't want to call anyone.
I'm coming around.
Oh, no.
Run the ball, guys. Because I'm a guy that does like to talk.
Yeah.
And people will know that, and they will call me old for it. But it's like, I don't want to just sit here texting back and, there's something lost. Let's just talk. We could talk once, and it's just done.
I don't like talking, but I like affirmation. Like, before I drive there, do you have this? Will you do this? And so I like that before I go. I don't.
But I will say my daughter 2 for sure, she would want, like I said, we'll eat at different places.
Yeah.
And I'll stop at a different restaurant. You call to order. No, okay, I'll just order from your restaurant. She would eat what she doesn't want to eat for dinner.
The fear.
To get away from having to talk to somebody on the phone.
That's insane.
And then once restaurant apps started to become prevalent,
so
she was very
easy.
happy. Yeah. We didn't have to worry about
and
that.
maybe that's the thing is that it's not a necessary skill any longer. It's hypocritical for me to say, grammar doesn't matter, but then you need to be able to speak. Maybe it doesn't matter. But it was an interesting idea to me, and it kind of got me thinking of a big part of parenting is figuring out ways you can have them had what you had or experience it or learn it, even though their life is totally different.
Does that generation avoid the sit-down restaurant just to avoid the waiter?
I don't know. Henry's here somewhere.
He's not paying attention.
No, exactly. Speaking of Henry, he did cut up some audio for me. So last weekend it was a hot one, society-wise, politically. I'm sure this weekend will be very relaxed. But if you recall, last weekend we had a bunch of protests.
Oh, yeah.
Against raids and the like. Paula Poundstone was on the scene, boots on the ground in Dallas for resistance. But so what these news stations do now, they go live on TV, but they also, like Fox does, has Fox Local. They've got their YouTube channel. They've got their website. And the L.A. station, Fox 11, during the protests and the responses to those protests, they sent a reporter up in a helicopter. And he's not on TV. He's just on YouTube. And he doesn't have a desk to work with. So I guess what I'm saying is he doesn't sound like he's on television. He's not he's just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing's been seen 10 million times now. It's 2 hours long. He's just up there shooting the shit above Los Angeles. This was on my Twitter, so I thought I would play this for you.
Come on. Life and dude, you know what? You can
Oh, hold on. It's this one right here.
twin options.
Now, what he's doing is reading comments.
That's one of those ones. The answer is yes. You know what? I don't care. I don't care about my.
He's about to explain it.
I am married. I am legally married. I am legally married. That's about the only way you can really say it. I am legally married. But
okay, so again, this guy is covering the protests and the police crackdown on immigrants.
So is he trying to say here that he's available?
Yes. Someone in the comments, I couldn't make it out because that's the other
But
thing
what was
he's
the
doing.
twin out? Like,
I don't know.
Do you want twins, bro?
I looked at
Hell
it.
yeah.
I couldn't figure it out because
Okay.
he's not even reading the questions. He's just up there, and below you'll see a smattering of protesters and like a Mexican flag, and then this guy's like, I'm kind of available.
I am not looking at now at all. I just had a bunch of debacles with my personal life. Yes, it's true. I know. It's hard to believe. Somebody that doesn't even know what he's talking about in a relationship. And, you know. But, yeah, I got nothing right now. Got nothing. Not really looking.
Again, he's out there to cover the protests. I'll let him wrap up here.
You know, trying to find myself and be happy. I'm being serious about that.
Okay. All right.
I want to be beholden to no one at this moment. You know, do I get lonely? Of course. But I got cats.
He's got a little Schottenheimer in him.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
Do I get lonely? I do.
I do.
Do I need something right this second? I don't.
It feels like with this and the news story we had yesterday, helicopter reporters really kind of coloring outside the lines a little bit. It was Justin Frizzell yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Does it attract a weird media type?
Yeah.
Boy, I've always wanted to be a helicopter guy, though, dude.
Did you want to be? I know you wanted to be a
and
pilot.
I'm not weird at all.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah,
normal guy everybody knows.
All right.
I saw this on Twitter, so I got a couple things.
Okay.
This is Kelsey Plum. Who's that?
She's a WNBA superstar.
The W.
I think
I like to
she's
call
one of the one of the OGs, kind of.
Yeah, she was married to Darren Waller.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's awesome, right? Or was awesome? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this must be a new thing. That because I've seen other teams have problems with autograph seekers in front of their hotel.
Yeah, we played this audio.
Not this Kelsey Plum one.
No, but when that first started happening, they were really weirded out by it.
Right, and they were upset and like getting in their face and all this.
The bus was right here.
Yeah. Don't y'all find that kind of weird? Low-key? Like low-key, come on.
A little, but
Okay.
I'm
really turned off right now.
I'm just a fan, though.
I know. I appreciate that.
You sign one? You put my name on it. Awesome.
I'll sign one.
That's what I get you on that one.
So she will be gracious enough to sign one. Low key, isn't this weird? Yeah. Low key, it's probably weird that anybody is, even at the game.
Yeah, low key, it's weird they play you to pay basketball. That we're getting money to talk about it.
Right,
It's all
low
very
key.
weird.
Yeah,
so
what is this for? You have a
know.
ball that you put in a thing,
and then money go up.
So somehow,
yeah.
But this is this part, I think, of the Caitlin Clark bringing attention to this WNBA, and they're all now like they want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this dreaming of being a Kardashian and then getting famous and then complaining about paparazzi?
And it's touchy though because let's be honest, it's women. Their safety's a little bit different.
But she's not. She's
Like
with
lurking-
the team.
I know.
She's with. She has her team back. She's onto the team bus and like these guys. Because we will pull, and this is for hockey. We'll pull into a hotel in an opposing city at 1:30 in the morning, and there's 15 dudes out there waiting, looking to get autographs. And so I dutifully I sign everything, you know, because they. Anyway, it's
tricky. It's tricky.
There's also weird language by her saying, I'm really turned off right now.
Turned off.
Like he was there to turn her on.
Yeah. Also, tough look for that guy.
She did say, I'll sign one, though. I'll sign one of your things.
When she said, don't you think this is creepy? And he sheepishly said, yeah. Tough look, bud.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
You know who likes to congratulate themselves?
Where could this possibly go?
Sports Mayor.
Oh. Okay.
Tweeted a couple days ago, today marks 6 years since I was first inaugurated 60th mayor of Dallas. On this day, I pledged to build a Dallas that was safer, more prosperous, and full of opportunity for all. I couldn't be more proud to say we've accomplished just that.
Oh, good. Good.
Today, Dallas is stronger than ever before. Thank you for allowing me to serve this, and blah, 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 blah. We continue to make Dallas even great. And joining us now is former city councilman Philip Kingston.
The bat signal goes up.
Hold on.
Why are they clapping so much for him?
That is too kind.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you measure stronger than ever before?
Well,
you just don't understand.
Strength.
We survived 7/7.
That's true.
Was that under his watch?
No.
Okay. So you're saying that
might have been.
proved that we're
what is the
stronger
high
even.
water mark for strength in Dallas? We survived the shame of killing a U.S. president.
We also, I think we are surviving, although it's shaky, losing Luka.
Yeah.
I mean, the city's
we lost Luka under
Every
this.
say we throw this guy out of here.
We lost Luka under this guy's watch.
Tired of hearing about it.
Honestly, Dan, that might be the thing that is the biggest threat in Dallas's history. The city could, in fact, disappear into a sinkhole of despair.
See?
Oh, okay.
We haven't gotten applause all day.
I know.
And we got that.
Just grabs a
You're not a big Eric Johnson fan, which is weird. I support my chief.
He and I were pretty close, and then he switched teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Banging
had dinner
dudes.
at my house.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know his kids.
Damn. I saw his kids on Father's Day. He put out a tweet about how great of a father he was, congratulating himself.
So did, do you know who else did that? Greg Abbott.
Congratulating himself on being a father?
And I was just like, let's hear from the girl, maybe?
It's the most rewarding thing. So they say. I don't know if that's true or not. And one more thing I had from today in Twitter, which was an NBA story, which indicated, actually two things. One, somebody alerted us that Prague has a 9/11 memorial.
Okay.
We've been wanting to follow all the 9/11 memorials. About 100 are about some radio company and podcasts. But no, these are, what is this other one? Damn it, where is it? Shador. Here it is.
Oh, no.
The Warriors put out a press release about a new coach they have hired.
Yeah, what's his name?
Well, they wanted to make sure that you knew his first name is Nicholas. The full name, Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to say Nicholas when we tell you his name is Nicholas Kerr.
Oh, any relation?
First of all, I think he just worked his way up, and he is the most qualified. Second of all, I do believe throughout his life, like his friends and everybody have called him Nick.
Don't.
But
they probably have. Nobody goes by Nicholas.
Right. They called him Nick.
He's been called
He's
Nick
been Nick
Kerr
his whole life.
Yeah.
But now they are saying Nicholas Kerr.
That's such a tough draw, man.
Joining the NBA's
What a jerk.
The Warriors coaching staff.
Steve.
And that was Today in Twitter.
Ooh, and that's a little hot level, too.
My bad.
No, actually, I did it over here. I'm taking the blame on that one, idiot.
Team player.
Do you want to do like some... Oh! Let me do a impromptu viewer mail.
Okay.
Just, I got a couple.
I got a couple, too.
It's time to answer some of today's viewer mail.
Wow.
I'll go first. This is a Newt Gingrich follow-up.
Okay.
Why did we mention Newt Gingrich?
It's probably his birthday or something.
Oh, okay.
It was either that or extensive coverage of the 1988 budget bill as it was debated on the no.
Or were we watching an old Redskins game? And
yeah, it's a place to see him.
There he is in the crowd.
So I told you yesterday that what I remembered about him, Kim Spin-wise, was that he informed his wife that he would be leaving her as she was dying of cancer. Amy weighs in, the full story. Not only did he reportedly discuss divorce terms with his first wife while she was being hospitalized for uterine cancer, his first wife was his former high school geometry teacher. He 19, she 26. His second wife
That's great.
was the woman he cheated on his first wife with, whom he divorced after she was diagnosed with MS.
Wait, first wife was his high school teacher.
She gets MS,
which is awesome. If you're 19 and your teacher's only 26,
and then
you
the
marry
second
her,
she has any ailment, you're like, die, old broad.
That's also
he cheats on her and moves on.
That's also awesome. Yes, number 2, awesome for Newt Gingrich.
Now his number 2 wife, don't know if she taught math or not, but they're together for a while. And then when he starts, he has another woman he's interested in.
She gets cancer.
And he tells her, like, hey, there's no way you didn't see this coming. In the hospital.
We've done this before.
Yeah, and during this whole time, he was, of course, like railing on Slick Willie for the Monica thing. And he is still married to that third wife, so true love.
That's beautiful.
From Amy. It's my viewer mail.
We have joining us now is Philip Kingston.
Don't clap it, I
Dallas.
swear to God, if people clap it.
They turned that down real quick. There's a story that his staff would frequently comment that they had to have an entire filing cabinet for Newt Gingrich's ideas, but only a manila folder for his good ideas.
Okay. Should we have had a rim shot?
I'm going to clap for that. I'm going to clap. Me and that guy. This one is subject line Blake.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, as a subscriber, I pay Blake's salary. I think I'm justified in questioning his use of my subby dollars to jet off to Colorado to see a concert, especially one as lame as Lindsey Sterling.
Hey.
He has a new baby on the way, for Christ's sake.
What does that have to do with it?
Dude, think of the kid, too. This guy's right. He pays your salary.
He could make his salary go a lot further if he took a more bean and cheese burrito approach to his concert budget.
Oh, damn, son.
From Paul.
Yeah, but unlike Angelo, I can actually save up a little bit.
Just burned him.
How's the Angelo situation? We haven't had an update in 2 days or so.
No. We'll get to it.
Not good.
We'll get to it Monday.
You think there's going to be more? Well, I'm just worried there'll be more this weekend, and then Blake has himself a homeless guy.
Okay, just imagine for 1 second. I wish this guy the best. I hope he's having a great life. I hope if he's dealing with any mental struggles that he gets help. The state should provide that. Just imagine, everyone in this room, imagine if, like, something tragic happened to this guy. If, like, Angelo got hit by a dart train. Do you understand?
This guy will be so happy.
How confusing the news stories are going to be when they figure out that he is in any way connected to this. Like that he was being discussed and followed by thousands of people in his purchasing habits. Is it linked to our website? I would hope.
Yeah, if he does something bad and we're blamed for it.
Because, like, the fact is he's at a higher risk to end up something rough happening. I would think. You're a good dude, Blake.
You're a great dude. I have a
No, I'm not, because I just hate this situation.
You're good. You're helping
You
someone
had good
out.
intentions when you started.
Super good intentions.
But
and
as often happens in the world, things just take a different
so
turn.
his $25 were on time this week. Texted me during the middle of the week asking if he could buy some more food for his friend. And so like a sucker I am, here's 25 more. I've had some people add to the fund. I thought, here you go. I'm going to try to be nice. Blows through the 25 immediately and then texted me during the show today, hey, I'm at McDonald's.
You only have $2 tamales. His dollars will go far here at the Constellation
He
Club.
doesn't
in
eat
Las
tamales.
Colinas.
He wants chicken nuggets.
They've got wings.
So now it's turning into $25 a day.
I eat on 11. Like, that's
I know, because we can't think like that.
Oh, that's right.
We're not allowed to think like that.
This is per diem.
Right.
But it's
like a play-by-play guy just shows up It shows up at Blake's house, and it's in an envelope every day.
But everything in my life goes back to Angelo somehow.
Just says, "A dog."
Tuesday, I hit Rosa's for some Taco Tuesday, got 2 dinner plates, ate for $17, and I thought, you know what? Angelo spends more for one meal than I feed my family. Everything goes back to him.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's infiltrated my
so
brain.
let's just conclude it by saying you're a good person. You did a good thing, and that's that.
You're an idiot.
Yeah,
That's what you are.
For sure.
You may also be that.
You're also a great softball player. People have raved about the softball review yesterday. And I wanted to ask you guys, so Chris, who did the extensive scouting of Blake, if you didn't catch this, it's on yesterday's show. It's fantastic. He went to every one of Blake's softball games this year. 17 straight weeks.
Drove an hour to get there.
Recorded you secretly, recorded every at-bat, and then wrote a big detailed report on each game. And you would play 2 games per weekend.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's just such good work. I wanted to copy and paste all of it into like a Substack newsletter and put it out there for everybody to be able to follow if they want. If you would, if you think that's a good use of our Substack newsletter.
I don't think about it one way or the other at all.
Okay.
All I know
Don
is
Draper in the
All I know
elevator.
is this: the reporter in question wanted to edit his emails before you post them.
Oh, there are a couple things
he
in
was
there he might not.
pretty critical of some of Blake's teammates, and he was worried about that.
I edited that out when
figured
I
you would.
read, but you're right. There are some things in there maybe he doesn't want out there.
Yeah.
And it's not the teammates' fault. It's that it's like if I'm standing next to a real hot guy, you know, like it's not their fault. Blake's just that good. That's the thing. One more email regarding the subject line, animated hots.
Okay, let's go.
And I believe we were talking the other day about cartoon animals that were hot. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit from the first Space Jam.
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny, excuse me, not Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, Lola Bunny.
Jessica Rabbit was from something, right?
Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Hey, don't take the attention away from Roger either. I think he was packing. So, Mein Führer. Today we're talking about animated animal hots, and Ursula from The Little Mermaid was brought up. So Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
There's something for everybody.
Hold on. He says, I submit to you that she should be your first fictional character admitted to the Roseanne bar.
Yes, that's 100% true. Yes. Very much so. That's good.
Let me take a look at Ursula. I need a reminder. You
don't have to type all that in.
I just oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So put it on the website.
That's right. Put it on Roseanne. What is the Roseanne website?
I think it's is it roseannebar.com?
That couldn't be. She has
no,
to own that.
roseannegame.com.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a little viewer mail. What are we on to next, fellas?
News.
What do you got? Oh, okay.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
All right, let's see here. We're going to start with this story from out in L.A. Did you see yesterday that the Dodgers had to respond or post about ice raids happening at their parking lots? Or are you just kind of saying, I'm going to tune this story out entirely? Because that's kind of where I am with it until it involves sports.
No, I did see it on Twitter, and it was like also it was on my 5 things.
Oh, yeah.
Kate Baldwin's off this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I look forward to sleeveless Kate Baldwin once a week. And I didn't
Friday's
get that.
Sleeveless Day, right?
At least one day a week, and then she also looks extremely good in the turtleneck.
God, dude, he's just turning into my grandpa who
just evaluates news chicks.
Just checking out news ladies.
Mm-hmm. It's like
knows which days they're in turtlenecks.
Give me the only positive thing in my life that I have left.
Hey, look, I'm not taking it. I'm just pointing it out.
But anyway, they had the story on there, I think today too, but then it was like, who is it? ICE.
Yeah, and they're like, we weren't
They
there.
denied it, like we do on everything these days on Twitter, and then, but I guess I don't know. It was Homeland Security or somebody. It was some Border Patrol. Why do they wear masks? I thought we hated masks. I thought I can't breathe because I have a mask on. What are we doing here?
So they can't be doxxed.
What the?
What does that mean?
People sees a guy that they know that is an ICE agent and threatens his family, shows up to his house.
That's the reason?
Yeah.
I assume so, yeah.
All right.
That's what Tom Roman said.
Who's that?
The border czar? Did I say his last name wrong?
I don't know.
Who?
Okay, if we're going to just start dropping the border czar's
The only
name,
czar
like
I
he's
know
an
is-
offensive coordinator in the NFC East, I'm supposed to know, you're going to have to update me big time.
The only czar I know is Mike Fratello.
Homan. Tom Homan. I'm sorry.
Tom Homan?
Yeah, he was on the Daily this week.
Okay, the sports czar, yes.
Do you know that Mike Fratello was the czar of the telestrator?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Why did you just know that guy's name so quickly? Are you?
That is weird.
He was on the Daily.
You're still listening to that?
I pretend
That
to, yeah.
left-leaning rag.
Libcast?
Yeah.
A man in Tarrant County, 86-year-old
Well done.
guy. Horrible, horrible story here.
Wait, what is it? A man what?
Actually, 82. They mistyped it in the headline. 82-year-old man in Fort Worth. Out taking care of his lawn, which was his pride and joy.
Respect.
Attacked by neighborhood dogs.
What?
Oh, man.
And killed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
Yeah, he had his he had a T-shirt
He's wearing
on
his
that
meat
made him
shirt.
look like a hot dog, you know, like the Six Flags shirt.
Dude,
dog death has got to be. That's got to be. I'd rather burn alive.
I wonder how many 80-year-olds die while doing the lawn, though. Do you know? So
Probably a lot.
This happened like just a couple weeks ago in my neighborhood, but like 2 years ago, this happened too. We were picking up my daughter from a friend's house, and there was an old man who was like, you know, sometimes the between your lawn and the street, there's that big ditch. It's probably called something. I don't know.
It's fine. I don't know either. Never going to get it.
Well, anyway, his riding lawnmower had kind of like tipped in there, and he was like laying down on the ground, and
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I had to go help this, like, and then his wife was like, oh yeah, he won't stop, you know, he won't. It's this guy. It's run the ball guy when he turns 85 and he can't really move anymore. He'll be like, no, this is what I do. I mow the lawn. And
When really he just doesn't want to give Mexicans money.
Yeah,
it's
that's
probably
a big part of it.
So
yeah.
we had to help him up and get the lawnmower and all this.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
stuff.
I imagine.
And it happened again this week. There was a dude in my neighborhood. Same thing.
I bet heat exhaustion, things like that happen a lot, but.
Yeah, your dad's going to get that, dude.
Violent animals, or you ended up in a, you know, like a action movie sequence tipped over on your riding lawnmower. That's pretty out there.
Yeah.
Dude, TC, were you there when we saw that guy drive that riding lawnmower into the canal? Okay, I saw a guy one time right across from where the guy was working himself while his wife got eaten out. The backyards out at the lake, they went to a canal and they were slightly sloped. And there was an old man who was mowing his yard with a riding lawnmower, and he couldn't get it off. And he just drove it right into the canal.
Wow.
Now, it's not very deep right there, so it didn't take much for it to just bottom out.
Did you think it was hilarious?
Dude, it was so funny. And and then, you know, you're like, well, he's going to die if we don't get over there.
Oh.
And he had family that came down, and they were, I don't know, they were.
Now, that is a good story, but let me just kind of get inside your brain. Why did you need to confirm it with TC off the air first?
I don't know. I thought maybe he could help me tell the story because somebody was there, and we had to run over and, like, pull him out. And, you know, they had called the cops on us before, so they weren't thanking us that bit.
Oh.
Or they're, like, embarrassed.
Did you do mouth-to-mouth?
Yeah, on the old guy.
Yeah.
On his balls right there.
Well,
mouth to balls.
I thought maybe he was drowning.
No, it was, but yeah, that's a tough scene. The animal,
There's no
the
way
dog
to turn
attack,
it.
though,
Like it just didn't have the right radius.
no, he was like 85.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was just runaway, straight up runaway. But yeah, the dog attack has got to be.
Like,
have you ever seen someone who was bit by a dog, who had been bitten by a dog?
Yeah, my brother got attacked by a neighbor dog when he was
How
a
old?
kid. He was little.
Hospital?
I mean, to get stitches and stuff. Yeah. Bit his face.
Damn.
Yeah, it's terrible stuff. I was like, guess you shouldn't be mean to dogs, bro. It was my brother. I thought it was hilarious.
I don't know your brother that well, but him being mean to dogs doesn't seem that
out of character. Yeah.
Is that a really mean thing to say?
Well, you could tell I was the guy. You know, our dog was my dog.
You were the sweet kid. It just took me back to like my dad would have stories like that all the time. They'd have gangs, you know.
Just tempers flaring, just.
Yeah, and just again, you got a bunch of dudes. There's almost no women working there at the time. Working conditions are shitty. It's hot. You know, you're working in a warehouse in Texas and Mesquite.
They might
or
not
whatever,
air condition it.
Back then, no way.
Yeah.
And there's
That's
a lot
woke.
of you're not making that much. And there's a bunch of stuff around you can steal. Everything, basically.
And your dad was the boss?
I guess he was trying to be. But yeah, it was a wild job. Woman shot in the parking lot, Fort Worth. During shift change, they were fighting when one pulled a pistol.
What's her name?
Okay. It's not in here, but I don't know. She's working an overnight at FedEx. Like, I'm not saying there's no chance she's not just going through
What if
something.
she's the hottest overnight FedEx worker?
I mean, it's certainly possible, but you know, I feel like male people are getting hotter.
Really? Government job's a good job, bro.
I feel like
I guess it was.
I feel like I've seen an increase in
hot male ladies.
Yeah. Let's see. Which one do we want to do here?
Those trucks
I
aren't
got
air
you.
conditioned, are they?
No, I don't think so.
How about the Amazon trucks? They look pretty great. Like they're all electric and stuff. Don't you think?
Do you
Like,
think
aren't
they
you
have? I mean,
impressed?
really, all that comes down to me is do they have air conditioning?
Well, it seems like they must, because their doors are fully closed. Whereas, like, why is the UPS door open so they could run real quick out of there?
I assume so.
Like, that's idiotic. Like, how much time are they saving by not opening a door and closing a door?
You're on a schedule.
I know, but
The heck was that? Is there something? What was that?
My bad.
Feedback?
Oh. Does anybody know, Phillips, you should probably know this. Is there something of like FedEx trucks or UPS trucks can like only turn a certain way? Like they're programmed to no one is responding, making me.
Yeah, they all commercial vehicles now can be programmed basically to only go in certain, like they can have a GPS navigation system that blacks out certain streets, like if they're over the weight limit for that street. And if there's a traffic circulation thing that they want to implement, then they can do that remotely.
Like they can geofence it off?
Shut up.
Huh. I just wanted to use language I knew that Philip understood. Because you've heard of that now?
I have heard of that now. I have
So
been.
is he. Yeah, we've all heard of it.
I have been made aware of that now. And then a quick Diddy update for you here. Do you remember, Blake, when this story first was happening and Diddy was fleeing the country and
Yeah.
they were looking for all of his accomplices, and randomly some former Syracuse basketball player, some little white kid, was arrested? Do you remember the story at all?
I don't remember that.
Well, there was a kid who okay. He's just like a random, you'd see him pop during March Madness looking dude, and he was like Diddy's drug mule. Like made his way from, hey, I'm just bench player in college basketball, gets in the right circles, and his whole job was procuring ketamine, ecstasy for Diddy's freak-off parties. And this is the sort of time where I wish you were there to ask, what were you paid for that?
Oh, yeah. He was on the stand and they didn't ask?
No. Well, if they did, it's not included in any of the stories.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
like,
what I
want
want to know.
$100,000? Do you get benefits?
Yeah.
Do you get, and I mean benefits like health care and all that, not like you also get some of the drugs or whatever.
Some side poon.
Yeah, sloppy seconds.
You said that. You leaned in.
I've always dreamed of being a sloppy seconds guy.
Walk me through that. What does that mean?
Like, I would like to. I know that I can't be a superstar. I'm like you as a gunner on the team.
Okay.
Like, I would just want to be friends with someone that I would get residual poon on the side.
Okay.
And we would all kind of know. Like, she would know. Like, I would know that she really was hoping that she was with him, but then she's with me. You know?
Yeah, of course, I do.
It would be a weird kind of a relationship, but it exists out there. Like your side poon. I'd like to get some of that one of these days.
Yeah.
All these chicks that
come on by.
Run up to Jake.
And then let's see. What's time? We're good
What's
on
the
time.
word
right?
poon? What is that? Where does that come from?
That's a great question. Let's ask. Philip, what do you think?
What does Matt Stubbs think? Matt is our sit-in on the road.
I don't know.
No idea where poon comes from? Well, what good are you?
Yeah,
the
poontang.
origin of
poontang.
Oh,
come from?
poontang? Yeah, what's that?
Why are you sitting behind
Is that like Vietnam or something?
What the fuck is going on?
The feedback.
Okay, well, this is not going to work.
Yeah, he's umpiring now.
Yeah.
Calling balls and strikes, Philip Kingston.
Yeah, he's like sitting behind me.
As you're
I don't know.
Googling poon.
I don't know what to do right now. Like, where do I sit?
Thank you, Beth.
Why? Move.
Well, he's worried about being in front of the thing.
Well, yeah, but I don't want him just sitting behind me.
Yeah.
Why are you paranoid?
I'm not paranoid. I just don't like it.
You don't want someone to see all the
Not quite
windows you have open?
Again.
No, I just don't.
All the sick pornography.
I'm all thrown off.
Hey, did you see Will and Amy are here?
Oh, yeah. Do we want to pop them on? Maybe we do that later.
Oh, they're
I
here
guess.
together? Yeah. Yeah, pop them on now. Come on over here. No, Amy didn't want to come on?
Oh, now you're shy?
Now she's shy.
Oh, shoot. I mean, if it had gone poorly, I would say that would be a much bigger.
Oh, they're coming together.
As it were. Hey. love.
So Will and Amy, we met.
That doesn't happen every time.
Will and Amy, we met at the GSE, the generic summer event. You guys see that venue's closing?
What?
The venue for the generic summer event?
Yes.
Yeah, closed. Like they sold it.
She can't hear you.
Oh, she can't hear me? Why? You have to turn down the thing? Well, then what the fuck are we doing?
How can you not hear?
We tried it.
I can't
She's like
hear
78.
That's the issue.
All right.
Oh, I heard that. Yes.
Okay.
Did I do that?
Are you on quite a delay? What did she just hear? What?
He just told me what you said.
Well, let's hand her the headset. Want to do that?
So it doesn't sound like we're talking to someone in Baghdad? Yes.
She's right there.
Here, let Will.
No, I really couldn't hear you.
I believe you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This is Horny Amy, everybody.
Lovely Amy. Successful.
Well, she did give us vibrators and whatnot. And anyway, she agreed to go out and get set up with one of our listeners. And you have been set up. You met at the summer event a few weeks ago.
We did.
And in fact, I believe somebody like kind of tapped me on the shoulder and pointed. And it was like they were off to the side, like sitting by themselves at a table alone. And it seemed like they were having a good time in conversation. And I felt warm inside that we had actually facilitated that.
I'm glad we could do that for you.
Yeah. So you don't hate him?
No.
Okay. Have you guys actually gone out on a date yet?
We have. Yeah, we have.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? I mean, where'd you go? You know, did you go to dinner? Did
We
you
went
go
to
movie?
a dinner murder mystery kind of thing, but a comedy kind of thing.
Wow.
So
It was really good.
Nice job, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was cool.
He hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it called? There's a place in Grapevine that
It's
does
called.
that.
Is it the Stopping Ground?
Amy,
over
Dan
there?
was going to ask
Sure.
about that in a little bit.
You've lost control.
What? No. It's all good. It's all good. But you actually hit a lot. Like, are you going on a second date? Is this the
Well, we
second
have
date?
a Chewy's gift card from
Yeah, we're
y'all.
going to Chewy's, yeah.
Oh, you haven't even done that?
Thanks to Blake, we're going to Chewy's, yeah.
We just
Thanks to
got
the
it
show.
today, so.
Okay, so you do plan on going on another date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys make out?
Maybe so.
You're such
Possibly,
a dork.
yeah.
I love it.
What?
Make out.
That's
No,
a
I
dork
love it.
one.
I'm with you. I
Gotta
love it.
start there. I don't know.
Did you guys neck?
I don't know. It's 2025.
Second base, bro? What are we talking?
Well, good for y'all.
Oh, she's putting her hand
I say
over.
nothing. No.
She is putting her hand over his mouth.
This is cute.
Swearing, yeah. Is
No.
this was that a meet
just
cute
say.
when they
I
met?
think it was. Yeah, I think it was a meet cute.
Do you know what a meet cute is?
Yes.
Did you look at his meat and say, "Oh, cute"?
All right, there you go. All right.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. Yeah. That's why I didn't think it was hurtful. I thought people just said that. Well, anyway, yeah. You want to give any more information? No? Did you
No.
guys seriously? Did you?
No.
I know you're ready to roll. Did you guys?
Dude, just chill.
What?
I'm not answering
We all
those.
want to know.
No.
We all want to know. It's not me. It's them. I'm doing this for the people.
I'm not
a
answering
conduit.
those questions.
I'm just their mouthpiece. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because they'll all be embarrassed to ask you in person, so I'm doing it for them.
Oh, I appreciate that.
But we are happy enough that we're not.
We're here together.
We're happy enough
so-
that we're here together. We're going to go to Chewy's.
Absolutely.
And
Chips.
who knows what goes.
We'll have nacho.
Oh, you'll have nacho.
Nacho.
You'll have a great time.
We'll have great time.
Look how funny he is.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
guys.
there you go.
I'm so pleased. And I'm pleased that you can now hear us.
Yes, me too.
Horny Amy. Everybody.
All right, good time.
The dumb
That was the news.
Okay.
like
Or did you have more?
and
No.
subscribe.
Okay, let's do a little of this.
The Dumb Zone presents.
If we want.
Today in History.
Look at them like sitting next to each other and all that.
Damn, dude.
Isn't that funny?
It's just, it is. It's a beautiful thing. It's also weird to imagine being like that when you're that old. Like,
What do you mean?
Like me, that old. It's just weird. It's weird to imagine flirting. Like that shit is. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Oh, you're still really just dating your wife?
Pretending to be interested in every story.
Whatever, bro.
Driving a
Oh,
conversation.
no, now
Dude,
that's a different story. You're saying
that would suck.
act like I'm in love with my wife? That is weird. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to
No,
act.
if I had a new lady, though,
I know.
that's the fun.
It's just odd to imagine.
That's the best part of a relationship is the beginning.
Right.
Then it all sucks after that. Nah, Henry, it's great. It'll be great. Your whole life's going to be awesome. Let's do some viewer mail birthdays first. And we now have Matt Stubbs is back. He's sitting in on the road.
I'm back.
What's your bit?
My bit? I don't know. I'm Jake's landscape architect.
Jake's landscape. Whoa! Look who has a landscape architect.
That's right. And unlike with yours, he designed and I acted upon it. He designed our. That's why he's here today.
We're working on Dan.
It's very cool. Now, I mean, it kind of feels like you just draw grass over here and kind of put some concrete. No.
And here's my bill.
Thank you for belittling
Yes.
my entire career.
Yes.
Let's see
It looks
here.
great.
Also, Philip Kingston is here behind Jake. He's calling balls and strikes. And I just want to make sure, did we get any viewer mail birthdays in during the program? We did not. So we start with Chase saying, I wish my good friend Dallas a happy birthday. Dallas Stacy.
Oh, I thought maybe Bryant.
His name is Dallas Stacy. Dallas Bryant, for those who don't know, is, yes. Do you know who Dallas Bryant is?
Founder of Dallas? No. Oh, the monkey.
He was in fact
the monkey.
Oh,
Dez's
Dez's
monkey, right?
monkey. Yeah.
Dear rearranger of IUDs.
Oh, damn, son.
Tomorrow's my older brother, the official doctor of the Dumb Zone and certified good dude, Dr. Chuck Perry's 40th birthday. Not a Jill Biden doctor.
This is true. He could help you should you fall ill.
He says, well, do you have anything to say about Chuck Perry before I read the next line?
I love him dearly. He's a close friend. I know what he's probably angling for here. Go ahead.
Well, he says, I imagine Jake will tell the story of my brother telling him
Yeah.
about how bad COVID will be, or how he would call into the shake joint to talk about things he pulled out of people's butts as an ER doc. Is this the guy we met in Austin?
No.
You remember we had an
but
ER doc in
Ryan
Austin?
McCorkle in Austin. No, Chuck is a good friend of ours who, he's done that. He pulls stuff out of butts.
How many people do you know?
No, I mean, the honest
that
truth
pull
is,
things out of
I feel
butts?
like it's everyone in the medical field. I just didn't know. I feel like they would have been telling us, but they're all just
Basically anyone who works in ER.
in an ER. Yeah, it's just nothing but pulling stuff out of people's butts.
What do you know about this man who has a wife who's a nurse? Has she ever given you a story about pulling something out of a butt besides yours?
That's more the doctor's thing. I mean, if it's in there, I mean, she'll help, but no.
I would think you'd give that to the nurse. You know how
Oh,
they do the
Matt.
grunt work, you know?
We've got a couple.
Doctors like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have a nurse here?
I thought somebody might have been, but we have multiple listeners who are routinely pulling things out of people's anuses.
For work.
I don't know.
So, Dr. Chuck Perry's leaders are Sarah Hepela's Absolute Milk Sheds.
Jesus Christ. That's a new one.
Milk Shed.
Or is it the sheds at Austin Marine?
All right, I can't read the other ones. That should have been third, dude.
Yep.
Keep cranking hog and phase up from Sam Perry.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Will you crank hog? Like, do you tell your buddies to crank a little hog this weekend?
Everybody when they're hanging up with their friends this weekend.
Crank some hog, bro.
Crank some hog.
Will do. You know me. It's Friday. And then Josh says, Dan, today is my dog Bear's second birthday.
Doing that?
Don't love it. Don't love it.
Fun fact, my last dog,
Uh-oh.
I bet this isn't fun.
Petey, was the dog that triggered Jake into banning all pet birthday announcements at your last employer.
How did you sneak through?
He says, Petey died 2.5 years ago. Did Jake's hateful embargo cause his untimely death? Almost certainly. If he feels like practicing a little step 9 and making amends.
Fuck you. That's so dirty.
He has my number. His leader is that horny divorced broad laughing at the Pirates fan who went all Der Stuka over the right field wall.
Damn.
Hope she found some butt.
I think she did.
She's still laughing about it.
It was very funny. Sorry, R.I.P. to Petey. R.I.P. Petey. Rest in power.
R.I.P. Oh, and I got one in 2 minutes ago. Dear Sergeant Slit Slurper.
It's so gross, dude. It's so gross.
Happy 46 to Eugene Yost. Or as we called him in high school, Eugina Yost infection.
That's quite the stretch.
Also, it is the 50th of Joshua Vance of The Ohio State University. James Crowley. This is from Gold Tesla Rents. The Gold Tesla. We drove in his Tesla.
Yeah.
Or his
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck. And Dark Rugby.
It's Dallas Athletic Rugby Club,
Yes.
I think.
Oh,
Correct,
well, it
correct.
says DARC.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
How do I know these things? So today in history, on this day, Friday, June 20th, In 1782, Congress approved the Great Seal of the United States, which depicted an eagle clutching an olive branch in one talon and 13 arrows in the other, and a ribbon in its beak bearing the motto, you would know this.
E pluribus unum.
Nice. What does that mean, Blake?
Out of many one.
Sounds right.
Does he understand the word Blake?
No.
It does mean yes. Philip's showing off there.
Philip speaks Latin.
That's what I do, and then I bill for it.
This day in 1901, so a streak started in Major League Baseball on this day in 1901. Jack Taylor was a pitcher. He pitched a complete game. That would be the first of 188 consecutive complete games. He pitched a total of 1,727 innings without release. Without relief.
That's insane.
In his arm.
Nolan Ryan's a pussy.
That's right. On this day in 1967, Muhammad Ali was convicted in Houston for refusing inducted into the U.S. Armed Forces. They handed down the maximum sentence to Cassius Clay. They insisted upon calling him that in court. 5 years in a federal penitentiary and a $10,000 fine. The Supreme Court would overturn that conviction in 1971.
Did he do time?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Anybody else know? No? Okay.
But there's probably no.
I was reading about
there's
it.
probably no documentaries or anything we could.
No, there's no way to find that out.
No, I'm looking at Jack Taylor's stats.
Okay.
He had 5 consecutive years of over 300 innings pitched. In 1902,
I'll bet Nolan did that.
He started 34 games and threw 333 innings.
Almost, yeah.
A complete game every game. Yeah, it's insane.
Is that a record that'll never be broken?
Yeah, that's not coming back.
What if
Throwing
games
55 by the 7th inning?
And on this, I'll mention it. On this day in 2006, Dwayne Wade had 36 points. And importantly, made 4 free throws with under 30 seconds left in the game. He got to the line, huh? Leading the Heat to the franchise's first NBA championship.
The good news is that Scott Foster wasn't on the phone every single game talking to a
First of 7 consecutive, right?
known mobster cohort. Yeah, it's crazy.
This was a different Heat team. This wasn't that team that would win 7 straight.
What are you saying? Oh,
He was going to LeBron.
I didn't hear him.
Yeah. He said first of 7.
The 06 team was such a weird Heat team. Like it was almost harder for me to hate them.
Was Shaq on that team?
Oh,
Shaq was.
Shaq, White Chocolate.
Is Udonis Haslem?
Yeah.
And was that before the Lakers were in 3 straight? So it was Shaq broke up with Kobe and look, I won a championship.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah. It was a fun team.
And a famous wedding on this date. Would this go well? In 1987, Johnny Carson, at the age of 62, married Alexis Moss. She was 35. That may have gone well. I don't know. Maybe that was past his wife-beaten days that I read about.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that it ever really leaves you, it seems like.
Well, I don't know. They didn't have game day Men's Health back then, and he might have lost his tea and just lost the will to be
married.
Yeah, I don't know, just to do anything, to care.
It's funny to imagine Johnny Carson being violent. Like, not funny, but you know.
But he doesn't look like that.
No.
Yes.
You get beat up by Dana Carvey or something.
Birthdays today, famous people birthdays. We have former Aggie Dave Elmendorf, 76.
Voice of the Aggies.
Who?
The voice of the Aggies.
He was
the Aggie radio analyst.
Many
for
years.
Are you an Aggie?
I am.
Okay.
He's in agriculture. Like,
No.
legitimately. No?
College of Architecture.
Oh. I just assumed you came from like working with plants or something first, but architecture.
No,
makes
that's the
more sense.
horticulture.
Let's move on.
The College of Architecture, they must be really good at building
Plants.
like a
Plants.
I don't know, like a structure like a bond you would light it on fire, but it's the College of Architecture doing it, so I'm sure it's stable.
Yeah, let's just joke about 12 people dying. Damn.
So it's too soon for that. We're doing 9/11 jokes, and I can't do a bonfire joke these days?
I don't care. Dude.
Were you there at that time? When was bonfire?
No, that was the year before I got there. My sister was there, though.
Okay. Like at bonfire?
We went to the memorial and everything. I went to the last bonfire in '98 that burned.
The one that
the one before
that was fine?
Yeah, the last
Okay.
one, '98. '99 is the one it fell.
How close could you get to it?
Pretty close, right?
Pretty close. I mean, they basically would spray the thing with diesel and then light it on fire, and it was. I mean, you could be really far away and feel the heat on your face, and there would be people like right up next to it, and I don't know how they did that. And you would be like sunburned, I would think, after being that close.
Wasn't the bit that they could see it from like the space shuttle or whatever?
That's what I
Probably.
always heard.
Yeah.
It was big.
Former Ranger Carlos Lee is 49.
Barely remember it. That's a dark time.
He was in the Nelson Cruz trade. Like, as Kevin Mensch traded to. Like, I feel like Nelson Cruz was a throw-in in that trade. Carlos Lee was
that's right.
the key. And then he played 59 games for the Rangers and was gone. LeVar Arrington is 47. Darren Sproles is 42. I always liked him. Terrell Pryor is 36.
Did he have a Kim spin?
He's the tattoo.
Yeah, but what else? Is there something more?
I think so.
Okay.
Matt Flynn, 40.
Also was a quarterback and then switched to receiver and got 1,000 yards.
We saw him play, didn't we?
Did he play for the Browns?
Yeah.
Matt Flynn, he was the Packers quarterback that went to the Seahawks.
Beat Romo.
From Tyler, did he really?
In a important regular season game. Yeah.
From Tyler, Texas.
Yeah.
Won a national championship at LSU, didn't he?
There you go. Is that Saban? Probably.
So.
Right?
Yeah.
Darko Milicic is 40.
Wow. Recently involved in a stabbing at a track, I think.
In between.
No, that was the next draft pick.
Oh.
Yeah,
Carmelo
in between,
Anthony.
Yeah, in between LeBron and Carmelo.
He was the second overall pick in 2003. And did you know the youngest player ever to win an NBA championship? Because he was on that Pistons team the next year.
I did not know that.
Thank you.
That is wild.
I had to say, I wanted a
I'm
fun
ready
fact.
for the goddamn weekend now, buddy.
Crank some hog and give
No,
somebody else
no
that
doubt.
fun fact. While cranking hog, think about the fact that, God damn, the youngest player, you
Look
don't
at that.
say.
You don't even remember he made the roster.
James Tolkien is 94. He is the principal in Back to the Future. I really want you to see that movie with your kids someday and tell me if it still holds up, because it held up huge with my kids. They loved it.
I mean, it would probably have to start with me liking it. Ooh. It's like, I mean, it's fine. I'm not like, I just don't, it doesn't move me.
Well, I don't know that.
Too young.
Like, I
Things
don't,
that you liked were like bum fights. So you're going to.
Right.
Or like you're going to show them Face Off when they're like 7. I'm
Right.
saying you could show them Back to the Future when they're really still little.
Yeah, and I think that there's movies like that. I'll do Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
Things like that, but.
You can do Space Jam?
Yeah.
Okay, because my kids love Space Jam.
Brooks loves Space Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will only be one Space Jam.
Yeah.
Unless they make one with Kate. They're going to do it, aren't they?
Caitlin Clark?
That's great.
It's going to happen.
I don't know. If she emerged a few years ago, they definitely would have.
And Angel Reese is a Monstar.
When they were doing Lady Ghostbusters and Lady Star Wars.
You think we're done with lady stuff?
What about Cameron Brink? That they made?
She'd be on the squad.
Well, what if she was a star, Jake? You'd watch it then.
It's true.
Chelsea
daughter.
Ross is 83. That is the old man pitcher in Major League on the Indians. Lionel Richie is 76.
Did he have any, did he ever put his hands on a woman?
Lionel Richie?
What do you mean?
I don't remember that.
Are you saying he's gay? Or
No,
did
no. Like, I just couldn't remember if he ever got in trouble.
Is he the one that did We Are the World?
Yeah, or he's part of it.
Yeah.
Who didn't do We Are One?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, the lead guy, the main driver of it.
Oh, that was Ronson, right?
That was
Who?
Wasn't that Mark Ronson?
That's the current thing. He's talking about the original back.
They had like a
Disregard.
documentary. John Goodman, 73.
You're close, Jake.
Okay.
Lionel Richie's wife was arrested for hitting Lionel Richie and a young woman he was having an affair with.
Oh, no. Hello.
John Taylor is 65. He's from Duran Duran. Nicole Kidman is 58.
Australian, yeah?
Yeah, comedian.
You didn't have to say that like an
I
Australian.
didn't mean to.
I don't know how to say this guy's name. I don't know if he's funny, but I know he's kind of famous, and I just am reading it because you like stand-up comedy. Mike Birbiglia
Yeah.
is 47.
I'm aware of him. I've
Okay.
seen a couple of his things, but I don't know a ton about him. So thanks for reading it. That was huge.
I have a birthday of the day, but I'm guessing this would be Henry's birthday of the day, if indeed Henry had one. Intern Henry. Do you have something? Oh, okay, come on over. Because I have something I'm guessing what his would be.
Hey, Blood Boys in them.
I'm looking at henry.com in the morning to see. And this is Intern Henry, everybody. Intern Henry.
All right. So for today, we're going to go with Amanda Balionis.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who
Getting some response.
y'all know is very popular as a PGA interviewer.
Why?
And
Oh, is this
football
Rory?
and NFL. I think she does sideline.
Is this Rory?
I think so.
Okay.
What's the thing?
Amanda Balionis.
You know what? I'm not going to look it up.
You'll recognize her.
Stop caring if Philip is behind you or not.
It's not that. Okay. Golf reporter.
Okay.
I think there was some rumors that that she had shacked up with Rory, Dan, while he was married.
Look, what are you going to do? I mean, if you're Rory and your wife catches you cheating, you're like, look at what Tiger did.
She's like, that's true.
Nowhere near.
Tiger's a good.
I got nowhere
that's
near
nice.
that. As long as you have Tiger around. See, I was going to guess FaZe Apex is 30. The founder of the FaZe clan.
Okay, a very popular esports organization. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Surprisingly, could not care less.
Interesting.
Henry's better than me.
But
Okay,
you do
I get it.
care, right?
Oh God, Blake
Yeah.
is so threatened.
It's fine. God forbid a guy has a hobby.
What are you doing after this, Henry? You want to hang out? Me and you just go kick it? That's what I'm talking about.
But our Dumb Zone birthday of the day would be actor Christopher Mintz-Plasse is 36.
Oh, okay.
That is McLovin.
Speaking of Henry.
The real McLovin, not the McLovin.
So,
which started this whole thing.
He's Ben Queller's bassist, too.
Yeah, that was going to say. I thought that he had just gotten into music, but I didn't know that he's like the full-time touring, gigging bassist for Ben Queller, right?
Yeah, I saw him a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, somebody sent me a picture of Method Granada. It's very weird and very cool.
And Carrie Mounts hit me up and wanted to make sure that I remembered, and I did, because I've got a list that I keep for every day. Tomorrow, we celebrate the birthday of one Dominic Robinson.
Wow. Very, very athletic seaman.
That's, man.
Very athletic
Absolutely. Speaking of that, we now go to Born on This Day Now Dead. Posey. Cumberland Posey. Teammates called him Cum. You don't get the name Cumberland anymore.
No.
No.
And is it because of that? Because you don't want to shorten it?
There's a drone outside the window.
There is a drone.
Get that thing out of here!
No, let's wave! Yeah! Drone! Hold up a Dumb Zone logo.
Does anyone have a gun?
Here's the QR code. Like and subscribe. That's great.
Beth, flash them those.
Yeah, show them your new cans, Beth. Let's drop Beth, everybody.
Yeah.
Drop Beth.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
You're going to be on the Musers tomorrow.
Anyway, come Posey. John. Oh, bro, this is a big Jake death day.
Good. I got a whole weekend.
Because born on this day now dead, we have John Mahoney, bro.
God, okay. Was it the dog on Frasier?
Frasier?
Like who?
Frasier's dad.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Frasier's dad.
That's awesome.
Is that Bulldog?
This is the segment I want to sponsor, Dan.
Okay. Well, if I know you want an incredible discount. Feels like. He wanted to sponsor the studio for, what was it, like $125 for the year?
It's a little steep, but
okay.
I think probably value there. Just we're a small firm.
Okay, I know what we paid you. So shout out to the Game Day Men's Health studio.
Hell yeah.
That's right. You feeling a little down? I highly suggest Game Day Men's Health. There's a location near you. And Brian Wilson was born on this day, now dead. He died like last week. I'm surprised you didn't jump into the news with that.
Dude, I swear to God, I was telling him this today. I heard them do that on the ticket. And I was laughing.
Break in?
It was pretty close to break in. Like, they came back with a Beach Boys song, and I was thinking about that day on the tennis court. Because they were like going over what Beach Boys song meant the most.
Oh, they got into it?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, and when I broke in, I kind of thought you guys would just riff on ZZ Top. What was your favorite song?
Yeah, man, I'm glad he broke in. Let's kind of throw the clock out the window now, because Dusty Hill, was it Dusty Hill?
Dusty Hill.
Okay, and like I said, big weekend for Jake, and I hope he's going to be okay after this. But we'll lead up to that. I have three. I'll give you Dead on This Day, Still Dead. We have Prodigy, the rapper.
Okay, yeah.
We have Jack Kilby. He invented the handheld calculator.
Yeah. What was the other one?
What was that? Massive one.
Was this just on a building?
Like room size? I don't know.
Okay.
Might have invented in Dallas, right? Isn't that like a Texas Instruments type thing? T.I.
Yep.
But died on this day
they call me Tip.
in 2011. God, I remember when Jake came into work on that day and kind of pushed me against the wall and said, bro, there'll never be another one. He died doing what he loved. So you have that. Died on this day in 2011 at the age of 34. Tragic.
Oh, I think I know this one, too.
When you're 34 years old, to die so young and so much in front of you. I want you to now imagine
read the birthday.
Or you say it.
Imagine all that this guy probably would have accomplished.
Theater, charity work.
Died on this day in 2011, Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, that's right. With a Hot Wheel in his anus.
From Jackass.
Right
Yes,
in there.
speaking of all that.
Just think of how he could have changed the world. Probably broker a peace between Israel and Palestine.
And that was Today in History.
Dude, still one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life was when Chappie put that on for my grandfather.
Jackass?
That specific scene where Ryan Dunn has a Hot Wheel in his ass.
Okay, so Chappie.
And the old man.
Did Chappie like Jackass?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And the old man, it was just such a moment of feeling the evolution of man. Like my grandfather was trying to keep it up, but the second he just died laughing.
Oh, he liked it too.
Yeah, that scene we showed him.
Okay, I thought he might have been
handle it.
against the world and I can't believe
No.
hell in a handbasket.
Funny's
That's what old
funny,
men
man.
say, right?
Funny's funny.
Okay, great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, we can do
Matt's
some.
over here.
What's that?
Matt's over here.
Yeah. Got some gifts.
Oh, Matt Stubbs is here. Our sit-in on the road out here at the Constellation Club.
I'm gonna hang
My
out.
God,
This is
this
fun.
place is great.
Kick it. Hey, Julie's here.
Julie Dobbs? Oh my gosh, that is Julie
Is your
Dobbs.
kid with you? Is the kid with you?
She said she was going to bring her
Okay,
kid.
good.
Oh, her kid's not with her. That means Julie is ready to party.
Let's go.
Although Julie, like Tuesday at 11 a.m., is ready to party. Like, can you imagine? Anyway, Matt Stubbs.
No.
And Matt Stubbs brought Philip Kingston, too.
Did.
So if you're
Sorry.
anti-Philip,
Good
blame Matt Stubbs. If you're pro-Philip, remember that we allowed him to bring Philip Kingston.
I sincerely apologize.
He brings his
You don't
representation.
need to do that. No, yeah.
No,
That's
me
great.
and Philip are just friends. He
You're just
doesn't
friends?
represent me in any legal capacity.
Any benefits?
Not yet.
Benny's?
Okay.
We renamed a park together.
We
Oh,
did.
yeah? Okay.
Did. Do important things together.
All right.
You can pass that to Blake.
All right.
We have a T-shirt that Blake
It's a
will
soft
unveil.
T-shirt.
Give that to Dan.
Okay.
Looks like another T-shirt that we will unveil.
And then
Brahms, makers of a good bag. As he pulls these out of a Brahms bag.
that's yours. We have a few more, but we'll get to those.
Okay, what do you got there, Jake?
Oh, I got Cameron Brink. My girl.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's fantastic. What if I start playing pickup in these? I have a Becker's now, too.
Are you doing the Monday League?
Didn't
you join?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Thank you.
Here's
That's
what I
awesome.
got.
This is super cool.
What do we have here?
Looks like Baker.
It's absolutely Baker. Asking the question that Baker asks, are we going to do this or not? Yeah.
Fantastic.
I went back and watched the YouTube video and turned the captions on to make sure I got it specifically right.
Okay, that's
Thorough.
attention to detail that we like. He would not forget the rice.
Another gift for Blake.
Oh, what's your
that.
T-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
In my Establish the Run era.
Okay. Here's a Blake photo.
That's funny because it feels like something like a
studio.
A framed photo.
Oh,
It is a
great.
framed photo
This
of the
is-
2024 eclipse that Blake left. So that way he can always remember it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I wasn't there.
Yeah, so now he gets to see it.
Like you were in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get away.
Yeah, so now he gets to see it, and it's a photo I took, and now you get to remember
Dude,
it.
seriously, you are an idiot.
That is beautiful.
That was so cool.
Oh, I missed out on this?
It was such a cool. I will not ever forget it. Seriously. Did you think it was cool or no?
I was very, very blown away. The temperature
See, the
change was
middle
something
of
I
the
would never
moon
forget.
The
covered the
temperature
sun.
change that just I was moved and I just thought
got
of
dark.
life and
Okay.
It brought my wife to tears.
Oh my gosh! See,
Yeah, of course.
same.
Blake just wanted to know if it had Wi-Fi.
It didn't.
So it was like 10 minutes. Okay.
So
cool.
now Blake can always remember.
Yeah.
Never
Thank you.
forget. That's for Dan. That's his soil test results from his
Oh,
yard.
okay.
Oh,
okay.
There's some
nice.
business being done there.
That is a.
You need some nitrogen, bro?
It needs a little bit of nitrogen.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. And this is for Jake.
Okay.
Last one.
Right on. This is an actual Clippy, the Microsoft Office.
It's a Clippy action figure.
Yeah.
I don't think Clippy can help your computer.
I miss Clippy, and now I won't miss Clippy.
No, now you have him forever.
Dude,
He's immortalized.
thank you, Stubbs. You're
Yeah.
a sweetheart. Very cool.
Philip, any final thoughts? Any closing remarks?
Just proud of you.
Aww.
Love Jake's courage.
Yeah.
How sweet.
Love the courage of Blake and Dan to go on without him.
His closing remarks in court were much longer, much more poignant.
Yeah.
Kind of pacing back and forth.
On if podcast is a competition or not.
Mr. Go full Southern. Frank did closing, didn't he?
Did Frank close?
You opened.
I don't recall.
Can't hear you.
Oh,
right.
fantastic.
Oh.
That's a
Okay.
Perfect.
This was fun.
All right, let's party.
Yes, thank you
Let's
to
party.
the Constellation Club. Come on out to the Constellation Club if you want to be high-toned and cool like we are. And thanks to the guys at Game Day Men's Health for coming by
Stubbs
to
might have
support
a
us as well.
comment or two.
Yeah.
Oh, we have more.
We were kind of waiting. You got to.
I didn't pay for this.
I rescind the thank you to the Constellation Club for in a few moments.
Well, I just had an interesting story from when I went to go get my.
What's going on?
We got a heckler over here.
I know. When I went to a year or so ago, when I went for my annual physical, it was after Philip had his thing at his office to sit in, and my doctor I was talking to, he's like, so did you grow up in like North Richmond Hills area or something like that? I was like, no. I mean, how do you know Jake Kemp? And I was like, is this about the dumb zone? And so my doctor was asking me about the dumb zone because he had heard my name when I was on the thing with Philip.
Oh, I feel like.
And
wait, what just happened?
We're good.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had heard my name when I was on briefly at Phillips at his law office, and he was asking me about the dumb zone. So apparently, you're always wondering, are there smart people that listen to the dumb zone? Yes, my general practitioner is listening to the dumb zone.
Continuously blown away. I don't feel like your doctor should mention that they saw your name outside of that office and bring it up.
He's a good dude.
Would that make you uncomfortable?
I feel like it would, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. Anyway, I went to the Rangers game and I had a few interesting notes yesterday. They play YMCA, but no Pride Night. Thought that was interesting. Everybody's going nuts for YMCA. The escalators, very frustrating. You go up an escalator, and you would think the corresponding escalator would then also take you up. No, that one's coming down. You got to walk all the way around the corner to the escalator. It goes up.
That's primarily the case at like malls and stuff now too.
Yeah, that's what Philip was telling me.
Very annoying.
I don't know why.
Get
they
more
do
steps,
it.
though.
You do get more steps.
We try to look at the positive here.
Lone Star is in cans at the ballpark, which is better for a baseball game than the Cup. So everybody can look forward to drinking Lone Star at the DZ baseball game.
Very nice.
Live spot.
Have we announced that yet?
Not yet.
Do we know when it is even?
September 10th.
Oh, okay.
We just
cool.
kind of announced it.
We're going to do a big announcement later. Right?
Yeah, we'll send out the link. And
Cool. Hopefully I'll make it.
And at the game, I had a thought that we could do as a bit if you are interested. Because you always see like a lot of the big name players' jerseys and whatnot. But you never see just like the random reliever. Like you never see like a Hobie Milner.
Dude, that's a big game of ours.
Yeah.
Or to look for them.
Yeah, but I'm
at
just
least
thinking
when
like
I'm on
we
the
could
road.
get
Yeah.
Road
Some
Cowboy
other
game. You're looking for the most obscure Cowboy jersey you
could
can
be
find.
any sort of like weird Rangers reliever like
Jim Kern.
from like this year's team. You know,
Oh,
like
I see.
when
Okay.
we go out there this year, you'll do.
Oh, yeah. I would probably just do. I hate to bring up one Ranger reliever because I like
The
them
whole
all
pen
so much.
has just been cooking.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wouldn't want to single out it.
seem like a big Cole Winn guy.
Oh, Cole Winn.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a
Old
great idea
Cole.
if we could get the T-shirts made and everybody has. They could all be the same Rangers reliever or all a bunch of different just Rangers spares, and we're just all there with these T-shirts on that have all these spares on the team on, and people are just very confused as to why are they all wearing Hobie Milners or
L.
Luke
Jackson.
Jacksons or Chris Martin.
S. Armstrong.
M. Raffle.
That is a great bid.
That's all I got.
Now we thank the Constellation Club. And thank you, Matt Stubbs. Thank you, Philip. And
we'll see you Monday.
Crank it.
Adios, mofo.
Gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet. No puppet. No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet. No puppet. A puppet. No puppet. A puppet. You're the puppet. The puppet. The puppet. No puppet. No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet.